I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in place B, what's good? It's your man's Uncle Freezy. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? I should not have this much energy this morning, but I do. What? I should not have this much energy this morning, but I do. What is good? Or hello, Knicks Nation. What's good, party people? Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I am the aforementioned Uncle Freezy. It's good to be with you. How y'all feeling this morning? Good. Good. Me too. I feel great, man. You know. G. Robinson. Adele Chapman's in the building. T. Williams. Yerp. What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling out there? Good, good, good. So we have a show this morning. What are we talking about this morning? Are we talking about breakouts? Is this the breakout show? Is this the breakout show? Is it this the breakout show? Let's see. Let me see what the breakout season. That is right. Breakout season. Amen. Special thanks to my man Cully for holding it down last night. Good job, Cully. Good job. Oh. Good job, Cully. Cully was like, yo, Uncle Freezy, what's happening? No Knicks at Night podcast. I was like, nah, I got company. He's like, nah, forget that, yo, we doing it. Let's get ready. I'll rock and roll. CT, the streets are buzzing. Bodega Wi-Fi. What's good? 19 comment NYC 84 is in the building. Bim. What's good? Jay Boogie says, hey, yo. What's good? Jay Boogie is in a place to be. What's good, Jay Boogie? Jay Boogie in the building. What's happening? What's happening? What's good, Jay Boogie? So the title of the joint is Breakout Season. I was thinking about this last week. I've been wanting to talk about it. Didn't really get the opportunity to do so. So I was like, yo, that should be the topic of a future episode. And no lie to you, every time I will say the word episode, I think about a sample from the great American poet, D. Nice. D. Nice said, see, every episode begins in this mode, very cool, very calm. There's no sweat in my palm. Those are words from the great American poet, D. Nice. Harlem, USA in the building. Stand up. What's good? What's good? South Brooklyn said something that I agree with. Excuse that. Yeah, excuse that, man. Yo, so what happens is, all right, so what happens is the reason why I get cases of the yawns, right, is not because I'm not wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, right? Not because I'm not Bobby Portis and bushy-tailed. It's because oh my goodness. Why did I slip that in there? I don't know. But what happens is, so I generally stay up for long stretches of hours at a time. And then when I sleep very hard for a short amount of time and get up. Booker D is in the building. What's good? What's good? So I stay awake for long stretches of time, right? And don't judge me. I know there's some PhD somewhere in the chat saying, hey, Uncle Freezy, you should get 8 hours of sleep per night, right? Diet and exercise are key and crucial. And blah, 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 blah. And I know this and whatever. Yo! Free Keith is in the building. It fresh off of an excellent Knick's Freestyle Wednesday evening. Shout out to Free Keith and the Ghetto Intellect. And for some odd reason, they allow me to be around them doing Knick's Freestyle. I have no idea why. I have no idea. I don't contribute anything. Maybe instigate. I will instigate. Freaky says, good morning to nobody except members of Knicks Nation. Bim. Now, take that. In the immortal words of the great American poet, P. Diddy, take that. Booker D says, you're good at being an arsonist or dropping off grenades in the conversation and turning around like I did nothing. That is what that is referencing. I am good at finding a line of demarcation between two individuals and pushing both people across it. Good at that. What is good, kind sir? How y'all this morning? So breakout season, right? Breakout season. Initially, when I thought about this thing, I was thinking, you know what, Uncle Freezy, you know what you should say? You should talk about how you feel MJ Walker is going to turn heads this season and become a valuable contributor. But if you say that early, people will be like, no, man, you own one. You own one, Uncle Freezy. You're just looking. This is what I get a lot on social media. You're just trying to get people to click on your stuff. That's my job. I want you to tune in and have these conversations with us. That's what I do. I do want you to tune in or to click on this stuff and tune in. Who is this? Is this? Hey. Somebody's trying to jump in, man. But Jay Boogie. What's happening? Jay Boogie. It's okay to call me a genius, Jay Boogie. After that masterpiece I drafted Tuesday evening in your league. So breakout season, right? Breakout season can either be, in my opinion, someone that, and I'm getting all these pop-ups, man. That's a windowsill. Adele Chapman says, can't wait for the fantasy basketball league to get going. Soul Finger! What's good? AI says, what's good? Good morning. So my point is, breakout season can either be somebody that, so somebody jumped in backstage and the name looked familiar, right? And I was trying to figure out who it was. And then there's something weird going on, but that's why I'm so distracted right now, just trying to, but anyway. Breakout season could be a rookie unexpectedly makes the roster and challenges the other rookies for playing time. Not necessarily becoming an all-star in season one, but say that this kid, MJ Walker, makes the roster, and by the end of the season, he's getting real minutes. To me, that's breaking out, right? Because you did something you were not supposed to do or expected to do. You did the unexpected. Freaky says, get some sleep. No. I'll sleep when I go to the upper room. The upper room. So breakout season. And I believe we have candidates to be breakout players this season. I think Obi Toppin is one. RJ Barrett is one. And dare I say, MJ Walker is one. MJ Walker, you heard me. You heard me. And listen, don't start this thing like, oh, Uncle Freezy is just saying MJ Walker because other Knicks content creators have said MJ Walker. Nah. I have not heard, first of all, I have not heard other Knicks content creators even mention MJ Walker. For one. Yo, Fabulous Phil in the building. The new Knicks was good. Yerp, what's happening? Mod Squad all day. Free Keith says IQ is another. I feel like I would debate Free Keith into a circle on that. I feel like in our standard debate format, I would wash Free Keith in that. Nothing against Free Keith because he's an excellent debater. It's just I would wash him in that. I would wash Free Keith in a IQ is the breakout star for the Knicks debate. I would wash him in that. And you know what wash is, right? Wash is mercy rule. I would watch. Listen, Free Keith is smart and has plenty of fans on social media everywhere, especially on Twitter. Right? Check him out at Free Keith. Right? At Free Keith. Check him out. He's a smart dude, sharp dude. He take on challenges on oh shit.
Come on, Freezy. You knew it was gonna happen.
You know
you did that. You did that on purpose, Freezy. You did that on purpose. I'm not even messing with you this morning. You did that on purpose. You knew it was about to happen. What's good, chat? What's good? What's good, KMD family? What's good, my chat, my chat squad, my Knicks fan family? What's goody? Salute to y'all. Y'all make it happen. We make it happen. We the energy behind the Knicks. Now back to this. Now back to this cat. Now what you trying to do? Oh, my fault. Yeah, definitely.
Bro, what I'm saying is what I was saying before you interrupted me. And I know that I rubbed the magic lamp. I knew that.
I know exactly what you was doing.
As soon as I got the magic lamp in my hand, I was compelled to do what people tell you not to do with the magic lamp. Don't rub the magic lamp. I can't help it.
That lamp got a hair trigger.
I noticed.
So what's this IQ slander that you was about to get on?
No, I'm not slandering.
You hear him chat, right? You hear about to slander IQ. I just want it on record. I just want it on record that he's about to slander one of the kids. Let's do it.
What I said is I would wash Free Keith in a IQ
debate.
That's what I said.
Okay.
So I wasn't about to slander IQ. What I said was,
you trying to slander? You slandering me? That's what you're saying. Okay,
no,
come on.
I'm being real.
That's better. So let's do it. So let's get into it though. Let's get into it.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I just want to hear the trash you got to say about IQ not breaking out. Gangster, listen to me. The makeup of this guy. Right now, he's doing one of two things. We are on this Knick's morning drive, and IQ is doing one of two things. He's either on his knees in prayer, or he's in the basketball, or he's in the gym playing basketball. It's the only two things that he's doing right now. One of those two things.
Right.
He's either with his church choir, leading the youth group, or he's working on his half-court shot right now.
Right.
That's it.
And so that makes him
only two things he does. That's it.
Right. And so that makes him Jesus Shuttlesworth.
He's more Jesus Shuttlesworth than Jesus Shuttlesworth was.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Like Jesus Shuttlesworth just had the name.
Right. Right. And so while I do understand where you're coming from, and I do believe quickly it is going to be a really, really good, borderline great NBA player, I don't believe he's going to be the breakout guy this season for the Knicks. Okay.
Here's why it's weird. The reason why I say that he's definitely a breakout candidate. It's one or two. Well, it's a couple things, and some of those things are actually like surrounding him, not actually because of him. What's going on? Is that IQ? I mean, there's a bunch of things that he needs to work on. Yeah, like his handle, this, that, and the other. But I tell you, the one thing that if he keeps working on, he will have a tremendous effect in one of the things that we most need on the team, and that is spreading the floor. If my guy who was a rookie attempting pull-ups like 5 feet from the logo
with confidence,
if he builds upon that one skill, he opens up the floor for the whole second unit.
And himself.
For the whole second unit, he creates 10 more feet of playing room.
And himself.
And that kind of impact is going to be special. And that's the kind of impact that we need on the team. That's the impact that's going to allow cats like Randall and RJ to get even more busy. That's the kind of impact that Obi who he's probably going to be playing with on the second unit, is going to be able to get busy off of. That kind of room that even Derrick Rose, with that kind of room, Derrick Rose would be dangerous.
Right.
If you gotta guard quickly right after the logo.
Right. Creates one-on-one situation for everybody else on the floor quickly.
All I'm saying, like he come out with that work, that little bit of work, he's a breakout candidate, King. Not every team has that.
No doubt.
Not every team got 3-point shooters. Every team don't got a guy that could pull up from the logo. That's a valuable thing in today's NBA.
Right. I'm with you on all those things, except it doesn't mean he's the breakout player for the Knicks. Because if Emmanuel quickly goes from 11.5 points a game to 15 points a game, I'm like, so what? A lot of good players make that jump. Right? And if Emmanuel quickly goes from 11.5 points a game to 15 points a game, which is respectable.
That's respectable.
Once you get to 15 points a game, you are on NBA radars, right? Teams are looking to acquire you now.
Acquire you. You're on scouting reports. They need to guard you. Yeah.
Right. No doubt. No doubt. But Emmanuel quickly shot 39% from the floor last year.
Okay.
Right. He shot 38.5. I think it's 38, something like that, percent from three. I'm gonna say he shot 39 and 39 and 89. He got 39 from the floor, 39 from three, and 89 from the free throw line. Right. By him you remember when his floater went ice cold?
Yeah. It's weird. It was the same thing like with Knox that first season when like it was gangbusters the first couple months until like teams figured him out. That floater just wasn't dropping anymore.
Right.
But that's
so I think Quickly's floater is deadly. Right.
Those are his two moves to me right now. His two offensive moves, like the floater and that 3-pointer from that 3-pointer from range, is totally his far and beyond like shining efforts on the team. Like that's elite. Really where elite. That's both where he's shining.
Both are elite, if you ask me.
I don't know about elite, but I feel like he's on the I feel like that's the trajectory. I don't know if it's elite yet. I could honestly debate that. It's not elite yet, but like I feel like the performance he gave me as a rookie, I feel like elite is coming.
Bro, players don't step into the NBA shooting. Putting up Emmanuel Quickly's shooting numbers from 3 on high volume and not be elite, bro. Think about that. Think about the number of attempts Emmanuel Quickly will take from 3 in a game, if allowed to, right? And think about what he's shooting from the floor, right? That, in my opinion, that is elite. Right, so he averaged 4.7 threes a game coming off the bench, and 19. He shot almost 5 threes in just under 20 minutes a game.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Hey, go polish up your argument, bro.
You wish. Hold tight.
I got you. Mama said it's in the building. CWC is in the building. CWC, I've been wanting to debate you about some things, but now is not the time. CWC, I've been wanting to talk to you about a few things, but now is not the time. We got Free Keith in the building. You know you're more than welcome to jump in and chop it up, right? You know you're more than welcome to jump in and chop it up. I just don't think Hey, Papa Smurf, what's good?
Thank you. That's my new alias. Y'all heard it. Breaking news. Papa Smurf, a.k.a. J Boogie, a.k.a. the closer. Yo, I need my money, man. I did just play the Smurf movie on TV the other night. Hey, good morning to y'all guys. How y'all doing, man?
Man, I am well. How are you, brother?
Man, I see you had 2 quarterbacks going at one another, but you only can play one. Oh my gosh.
It's what I do. The team is deep. The team is deep, bro.
Deep. I had the young RJ Barrett out there with the 88 on. Yo.
Yeah, a monster.
Hey, I got a few minutes, man. I wanted to share something with y'all because I hear y'all was talking about on what Quickly could do if he opened up the floor for the logo. See, one thing about what the league know about Quickly is he's a deadly shooter. So just being out there, that floor is going to be open. You know what I'm saying? For people to take advantage. What I would like to see Quickly do, and this is what he doesn't have. And this is the difference this is why Derrick Rose is so deadly. Because he got the 3, the mid-range, the floater, but he can finish at the rack. He can get to that basket and finish. See, if Quickly can start finishing at the bucket, that's going to carry him to another level. Because they already know he can shoot from the logo. They know he can stop, you know what I'm saying, shoot the floater. You know what I'm saying, stop at the free throw with his little step back move and do his floater thing. Right. But he be hesitant to get all the way to that rack and finish strongly. If he can do that, Oh my God, that's what's gonna open a whole lot more. Cause now they gotta play him out there and they gotta close it when he comes.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. Right.
That's
no doubt.
That's what I want him to be able to get that Rod Strickland finish at the rack. And let me put this out there too. We need to start paying attention to Taj Strickland. He's at Temple University. I was just watching some highlights of him the other night when he dropped 35 in his high school championship game. Yeah, he's 6'2". The Rod Strickland, yeah, part 2. The young Kyrie, part 2.
Yeah.
We need to start paying attention to Taj Strickland. That's
Jay
where...
Jay Boogie definitely dropped some knowledge on the group right there. Like, yo, like one other person in like a random convo was telling me about that kid.
Man, let me tell you something.
He just dropped some knowledge. Like, that's one to look for.
Let me tell you something. When Kevin Knox him and Kevin Knox come from the same high school. Yo, when they lost in the championship to the big boy for Phoenix, down here in Raleigh, the Aiton,
yeah,
yo, he dropped like 40-something. They weren't even looking at Kevin Knox in that game. The young Rod Strickland is on his way. He at Temple University. He is 6'2". He got every element of the game. I'm putting him out.
He looked just like Rod Strickland.
Just like him.
He looked just like Rod Strickland.
You look, yo. That right there is definitely a take. That's a take for the day. Like, cats don't realize it now, but like, check for that dude, yo. Check for that little kid, yo. Like, he's making waves. Like, check for that kid, yo.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow. Rod passed on them jeans. Rod passed on them jeans heavy.
Heavy. And you know who his other uncle is, because Rod Strickland is the godfather of Kyrie. So
true story. It's nothing but handles and PG attitude going on in that.
That's right. So what you're getting all over again is Rod, Kyrie, Taj Strickland.
Wow.
Watch for that kid. I don't normally promote cats like coming out of high school, like for real, like that. But like that little he got some moves. Okay, got some moves.
I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm going to run up in this house, man. Love y'all, man.
That's a good look, Jay Boogie. See, he always dropping. He come on for 5 minutes. And he always drops some knowledge bomb. I dig it, yo. Thank you for enriching us, Jay Boogie.
Man, I appreciate it, man. But that's the one that enriches me. The one right there with that bald head right there. That should have been the Charles Barkley that everybody watching on TNT. That's the real Charles Barkley right there. Guys don't know that right there. And that's my man up there. He always got that bell money, but I want him to stay free. I'm saying, man, that's my brother Keith right there, man. And shout out to my other brother that just came in the door, man. Salute, 3 capital S's, man.
What's good?
So Venga, what's good? How you doing this morning?
Oh man, any day you open your eyes, it's lovely.
Say it.
Yeah, man. Hey, so I need your help very early this morning. I need for you to help me. I want you to prevent me from watching Free Keith in a Emmanuel Quickly breakout season debate.
Come on, man.
Freezy, I gotta say,
you lost today. You lost today.
Don't make me do it. Is what I'm
saying.
Wow.
I know you putting the Polaroid on and all, but I gotta keep it.
Don't worry, I got mine too.
I gotta keep it all the way fresh and funky with you. I can't do that because just like what Jay Boog was saying about IQ, what Free Keith was saying about IQ. Look, this cat once, I'm telling you, right now, I'm gonna say, only thing you were wrong, Free Keith, were the 2 things that he was doing. The man ain't just praying and in the court. That man is hibernating in the court. This man is I'm gonna tell you, he sleeps with basketballs on him. We know that he's a gym rat. You know how you catch somebody like IQ? You roll a ball out and then he come out like the rats do with the cheese, man.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, this kid, look, he's in that gym. we could go back to games when they lost or his shot wasn't right. It's duly noted he was in there to 1, 2 in the morning, launching, working on this. IQ gets a mid-range and start finishing at the goal. There's problems. That's why I said that Deuce is going to push him. I'm back on my Deuce thing because Deuce is going to push because Deuce is doing that already. IQ's looking like, wait a minute, man.
I think y'all just got.
Yeah.
I feel what you're saying.
Y'all haven't been here for 11.
Look, I feel what you're saying. He's going to be good. I just can't say he's not going to be one of them because it's a few other guys that's going to be some breakouts. I think IQ's going to be Summer League. Yeah, he wasn't the greatest because he put him in a different position.
Right.
We know that he's a natural scorer and things, but I think he's gonna do something. But I really see Obi as well. And we talked about the guy yesterday. I'm hoping that Knox can do something, man. Hey, I'm gonna go old school, one of them old school milquetoast TV shows and use a line for Pete's sake. Do something, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And so what I want to do is establish something with both of y'all, right? I'm here. I'm picking up something, but I'm here. But what I want to do is establish a baseline. So what is breakout to you guys?
Let's do that. That's great. That's actually what we should have done first.
Yeah.
Right, so what does breakout mean to y'all?
To me, breakout is like a player establishing, and I'm not even talking about so much in like the area of stats, although I think like it will definitely show up because of it in the stats, but like when a player actually kind of the impact that a player has, the positive impact that a player has on the gameplay of their team.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like IQ's gameplay impacted for a rookie, his gameplay impacted the team positively, right?
Right.
He wasn't one of the top 3 guys, let's say. But like it impacted it very well for a rookie. I feel like breakout to me with him, with Obi, is like can you raise the percentage of that impact? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking for IQ to be a guy that they like that has to show up during a game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's breakout to me. Like now I need like when you've officially jumped the shark and like now you're in a whole area of like, oh, we need you on the court.
Right. Okay. I can dig it. I can dig that.
Yeah.
I'm vibing with that because basically what it means is you've proven in one way or another, whether it's maybe big shots in a game or consistently in practice or through recognizing things in film study, that you are dependable in certain situations. Right?
Yeah.
And so if IQ is that, then I agree with Freaky that he's a breakout.
Yeah, I'm not talking about superstar, nothing like oh, he's gonna be a great all-round player this year. I just feel like his level of impact is going to be felt. It's going to be greater than last year, and it's going to be felt in something that's part of the plan.
Right.
Yeah, because if kind of like I guess to throw a little extra ingredients in this gumbo that you got cooking up on this. It's when he steps on the floor, what impact does it have? It doesn't have to be through scoring. It could be through certain key plays and defensively, or like I call Taj Gibson, Mr. Intangible, the intangible man.
Man, I love Taj.
I love Taj because the thing he brings, you don't see, you can't put it on paper. But if IQ and his IQ, no pun, elevate and he can do those type things that he makes a certain key play. You down, like, I need something. I need something. I need this guy to get on. I need to put IQ on because maybe he can get that pass to the right person, or the simple fact that he's on the court. Now he's deflecting the attention away from the other person I'm trying to get. Those type things. When you become more of a, I guess you could say, a threat along with it to elevate, that's what you want. I'm not saying superstar where you got to go out, and I'm not looking for somebody to come out and just score, go unconscious and score all the time, because that's not the game. Let's keep it 100. As L would say, it's the game within the game. This guy's presence affects positive change, either offensively, defensively. You can direct something or whatever. That's where I'm looking at to take that next level.
So I'll give you an example of a breakout player, Julius Randle. Right, Julius Randle. Julius Randle was a 20 and 10, 20 point, 10 rebound per game player. Right. Nobody can dispute that because he's done it 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row.
He did it 3 years in a row. He's 20 and 10. But how Julius Randle broke out at the beginning of last season was in that pinch post where he used to take that free throw line jumper.
Yeah.
He looked and kicked that ball out to the corner, and people were knocking down threes. So his assist totals skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Right? Just by him passing the ball.
But here's the thing. Assist is a two-person. Assist different than scoring. Assist is a two-person stat.
Right.
And I think like sometimes that gets overlooked when cats are like, oh, like this person's assist numbers is low, or this, like, yo, what are their shooters like? Like, are they, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are cats passing the ball into no man's land? Like,
yeah, you got some cats, and Freezy, you heard me say it before, I'm gonna say it right now. You got cats that can't hit an elephant in the backside with an ironing board, man. And you passing that ball, it goes to a black hole, and it's like Clang Fu in there, man. It is what it is.
And I love Elf. I love Elf. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've defended him, but like, yo, passing the Elf on the corner three, like, it's a dice roll proposition. Like, you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Not the move. It's not the move. So that's a wasted assist. Like a pass that could have been an assist turns into like a rebound. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully a long rebound.
Transition bucket for the other team. Right. And so what I was getting at with Randall, right? Because the 2019-2020 season, Julius Randle played with non-shooters like Maurice Harkless.
Yeah.
And so every time I hear the name Mo Harkless, I think about the famous song by Kanye West when Kanye West was in his bag. How could you be so Harkless?
How could you be so Harkless?
That's what I think about when I see Mo Harkless for three. When I saw Mo
be so Harkless. I like that one.
Yeah, indeed. And Mo Harkless for three. That's why we were clamoring for Kevin Knox. We're like, Julius Randle was kicking his ball out for three to a guy named Mo Harkless.
And he put dents in the backboard.
Bim.
And this is how unfair like cats are too. Like the poor man Julius was getting his back kicked in by fans. Like, yo, that first year, like, yo, he's selfish. He don't pass the ball. But like, we weren't really taking an evaluation of like who he had to pass to.
Yeah. That says a lot right there, Free Keith. That's, man, hey, if in the mortal words of run, say it again. Say it again. Run it back. Say it again.
We mad at a man not passing, but he knows that these cats are not dependable shooters. Like,
right.
I'm glad that he had the season that he had last season, because it totally validates the first season and what he did and why he was doing it.
Right. I agree with you. And so what happens is there's a weird argument going around that Mook Morris was a shooter, but we knew Mook Morris was trying to get that 4 years, $64 million that he got. He was trying to get his bag. So before we even got into offense, if he had that wide open look at three, he was taking it. Before we even got into offense. Right.
But I'm not mad at that though.
Right.
I'm not mad at it because, like, if you can hit it, which he did at a very high clip, go ahead and do it. I'm not like those kind of things. Like, to me, like, oh, I'm gonna be upset with you if it's like, oh, you're taking shot after shot and you not hitting. Okay, it's 5 seconds. It's 5 seconds in the. We got 18 seconds left in the shot clock, and you take the three right coming off half court, and like you hit. Merry Christmas. It's running back down the court. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right now, and so I'm not ringing the alarm over that. What I'm saying is that statistical impacts on other players are not validated since he took that. Say, for instance, if they ran offense and got Mook Morris that shot and he hit, somebody would get an assist, right? But if Mook gets that ball and brings it up court, you see the defense ain't set. He's shooting 52% from three. Y'all remember he was shooting 52%.
Yeah, he was shooting
three.
It was ridiculous, and
it was crazy.
But you know why though? But here's another like.
He didn't finish at that number, but he started at that number.
Like, you talk about intangibles. Like, there's things about like somebody being in a place that they're comfortable as well that allows for better performance. Right. So, like, you couldn't tell me Mook didn't look like he was home, bro.
Right.
No, he did. He loved.
Mook was comfortable. Like, yo, like, and to tell you the truth, he wore like I was a fan of Mook while he was here. Same. I feel like now, this time, right now would have been the time to have Mook. Right now would have been the time to have Mook.
Right.
And not just his shooting ability, but his attitude. Like, that dude was like, he was a Knick player. Like, he to me, the jersey fit him better than most cats.
Right. He from Philly, but he was New York.
He got that little bit of crazy in him. He got that, like, don't talk to me no kind of way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you know, that call, was it?
I might forget crazy. I'm a millionaire and he'll cook off on you. Like, right. That's what I need. That's like, we need some, like, the team is, I honestly feel like the team is not going to be complete till we get that guy.
Bro,
yeah, it's like,
oh, go ahead, Sophie. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm just saying he had like that Kurt Thomas. Kurt Thomas Mason kind of element, I guess you could say, kind of like that, what he brought to the table. Those are two cats that remind me of. You ain't sitting down on the court flipping bottles playing against a cat like that. Even if you're winning, you're not doing that against a cat like that.
Yo, his twin brother allegedly.
That wasn't alleged. I know where you're going. It's not even alleged. Like, yo, they kidnapped that dude. Yo.
They beat up their mom's date at Applebee's or someplace.
They kidnapped him and beat him up.
Yes. What you said you was gonna do to my mom's, bro? With dudes like, what you said you was gonna do to my mom's, bro?
Dude,
bro,
them cats do not have all their screws in, and I like that though.
But you need that on the court. You know what I'm saying? You need a minimal. Some people say one. I say you need two.
I mean, two would be perfect because you don't want to overdo it.
Yeah,
you don't need four. You don't need 4 or 5 because
now you're just talking about off-court problems.
Yeah,
you got two.
The reason I say two, you're gonna have one on the court at all times. You got the starter who's always gonna be buck wild, but the second one don't have to go as hard. He has that. He ain't. People say they kind of touch. He's touched just a little bit. Right. You may need to lay the hands of God on him just a little bit to get him right.
A little bit. Yeah.
Just a little bit. The other one he just gone. He just throw it off. He shot out the box. But the other one just a little bit, you can keep him straight, and you need that, man.
And that's the reason why. And I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the reason why the Indiana Pacers did not win an NBA championship. You remember the Jamal Tinsley, Steven Jackson, Jermaine O'Neal, Indiana Pacers, Ron Artest, Indiana Pacers.
Yeah,
bro. Steven Jackson, Jamal Tinsley, Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal. Bro, they had all the talent in the world, but they could have an 8-point lead, and you could foul one of them hard, and they would have a meltdown and couldn't recover.
Yeah, and that's when you had to keep
supremely talented team, low on toughness.
Right. Bro, they would have, and you remember that Portland Trailblazers team where it was Rasheed Wallace, Bonzi Wells, all them guys,
Zach Randolph.
Those dudes were crazy. See, you can have two, but if you have 6 crazy dudes, bro. If you intentionally foul Rasheed Wallace, bro, Zach Randolph, and everybody, they're gonna have a meltdown.
Like you're gonna get beat up. Like you're gonna get beat up. Like it's just like you're gonna get beat up. Period.
Yeah, man. They forget about the game and have a meltdown, bro. Like I saw Damon Stoudemire. Y'all remember Damon Stoudemire?
Oh yeah, Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, I saw him get fouled against Sacramento, I think, and these dudes had like a 13-point lead. They fouled Damon Stoudemire hard, right? And the next thing you know, Portland is having a meltdown because they legit want to fight and not play basketball no more. They don't even want to play basketball no more.
It's like the game. The game is done. The game is done.
Yeah.
The game is done. All they thinking about is washing you up at the bus after.
I just can't wait till this clock run out.
I can't wait. It's the second quarter. I can't wait till
yeah.
I'm about to put pause on this.
Right. And honestly, we had some Knicks teams like that.
What you mean? The Knicks team that we herald, the 90s teams that we always point back to, like that's exactly, dude. It was Ewing and Starks had the talent. Everybody else was goons, yo.
Yeah.
Like we had a team full of goons plus Ewing and Starks.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it.
Y'all remember Anthony Bonner? They listed Anthony Bonner at 215, and I was like, where?
Dude, like that was always a argument in my crib. Like, yo, like, that dude ain't 215.
That dude's like 245.
It's like that's the first cat I seen. Like it felt like they was lying down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they normally exaggerate up. Like, oh, this guy is 6'8", but he really 6'6" with shoes on. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that dude ain't nowhere 215.
Because I saw Anthony Bonner stand in between Mason and Oakley, right?
Looking like he could play football.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bonner,
and Mason was a big scary dude. Mason was a big scary dude.
And to be honest with you, if injuries hadn't caught up with Anthony Bonner, I think we'd be talking about Anthony Bonner in the same way we talking about Anthony Mason. They had the same skill set.
Yeah, definitely. Damn,
I think Anthony Bonner's handles may have been better, but Mason's passing was better.
Yo, Mason had the ugly lefty handle, bro. Like, he had a greasy handle for a big man. Loved him.
Yeah. No doubt.
Lightweight. It was Anthony Mason who made me become a Knicks fan. Right. Like, yo, like, cause like we literally used to be out in the parks here watching him. Like this dude was like, he looked like a door, a graceful door. Like, how does this dude move like this? And then like we see him like, oh, he gets picked up by the Knicks. That was it. I was a Knicks fan from then on.
The whole team, bro. And for those that don't know who Anthony Bonner is, so Anthony Bonner was kind of like the right-handed Anthony Mason, except Mason was probably more grab it and go, and Bonner was more, slick handle.
He want to style on you.
Yes, man. Listen, man, Anthony Bonner, bro. No lie, bro. If injuries didn't, and it wasn't even like major, and it was like he was too big.
He was too big to be moving how he was moving.
Exactly.
To be moving how he was moving, like it was like, and especially in that era with the defense that they was playing, like, yo, like you a big man trying to play like a guard, you're gonna get hurt.
Right.
Period.
Right. And he had, man, his handles, bro. I remember watching. There was another guy. So Finger, tell me if you remember this dude too. You remember Rodney Rogers?
Yeah, big Rodney, man. To be that big, looking like a defensive end, coming down the court,
but got the feet of a ballerina.
Yeah,
the feet of a ballerina.
Yeah, man. Rodney Rogers, look, used to give me fit, and then he had that J. He was nice with a J.
From the baseline, you couldn't stop it. You couldn't stop it, bro. You couldn't. You just couldn't say him. Anthony Bonner, Anthony Mason, all come out around the same time. Both all like 6'7", 6'8", like 245, 250. You
Nah,
like
man, Bonner,
handles.
he was bigger than 250, man. That cat there, man, that was straight defensive end, about 280. And then he was, hey, man, that cat was corn fed. Let me tell you,
I'm
he
telling
ate
you.
fish, grits, hot water cornbread.
Yes.
I mean, Lord, that was a big cat, man. And then on
Your
top
man
of it,
was
he was
very large.
and then he could run. That's the scary thing. He could run.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Nimble, bro, and strong. Nimble and strong, bro.
Yeah, he was one of them cats when he probably a little kid, man, and didn't realize how strong he was. He was out there plowing the field and pulling cows and stuff, man. Just didn't know. He just, that one kid that was just strong for no reason at all. That was him, man.
Dumb and strong. This man strong for no reason. I actually do wish, one of the things I wish is that like I would have been, I wish Shaq was an era earlier.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Shaq, like how Shaq handled the 90s NBA.
Right.
I don't know if he would have been as dominant, y'all. I don't know if he would have been dominant. Definitely would have been dominant, but I don't know. Like, I would have loved to see him among those 90s bangers.
Bro, and speaking to that, like the I think somebody called that body type endomorph. I think that's the type.
Yeah. It's endomorph, ectomorph, but that's an endomorph.
Yeah, and so Zion Williamson has that build, right?
Yep.
Like 6'7", 2 something. That with the agility and nimbleness, dexterity of guys,
half his size.
Yes.
Only thing that worries me is that those knees, man, because he's had surgery and it's just he had a scope, but with that weight, he's gonna have to drop it, man. He's gonna drop it.
It doesn't look like, I don't know, like people keep saying that, but his dexterity with his weight doesn't look to be an issue to me. Like
over time, though,
I think he might have to manage his weight to make sure he doesn't blow up. But like, I feel like he looks like he's handling where he's at fine.
Yeah, the thing is, because over time with that wear and tear on those knees, once you get cut in, because that stuff would eat is having that because having scopes done on your knees with meniscal tears, it leads to arthritis real quick, man, in a short amount of time. So I'm just telling you through it. Granted, it's the NBA; they got all that money and all that. They got the technology; they can build it. But man, I just worry about that cat knee because he's explosive. To be that big is ridiculous. We never seen anybody that big fly like that, man.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Like, that dude gets up with his size.
I don't know about that, bro.
Nah, dude.
I don't know about
for that size, being able to get like. That vertical he got, pushing all that meat like that high. That dude is like one big muscle gangster. Like one big muscle.
Saying, I remember a very, very young Charles Barkley.
I mean, Charles got up for his size.
He definitely got up for his size, but was Charles as big as Zion?
He wasn't explosive like Zion, and that explosion.
He was powerful. I think Charles Barkley was more powerful than Zion. Now, explosive, I give that to Zion.
Yeah,
I know it seems like semantics, but it's not.
There's no way. I cannot recall Charles Barkley like on a standing vertical being able to get up as high as I've seen Zion.
I was at the game. I was at Charles Barkley's second year. I saw him dunk on Bill Cartwright 8 times in one game.
Oh no, definitely no. But to me, that's the power part. Like, because you're not stopping him. I'm talking about like, did he dunk on him and his damn head and shoulders was above the rim?
Nah.
Like, did he make it? Like, that's Zion. Like, you dunking and like, it didn't look like it was even an overexertion. Like you had to dumb down how high you could jump to hit the joint.
Yeah. I mean, Barkley. I mean, you remember those days when Barkley and Mailman played? They had to bring extra rims, extra goals, because they would, they would take them things down. They had power.
It was power. You definitely
explosion is ridiculous. Kemp. For those that don't know about the Rain Man had that explosion, man. It was ridiculous. He posterized. He was running around terrorizing the posterized.
The whole league. Whole league.
This cat's still in therapy because of that man.
Yep.
Sean Kemp embarrassed a lot of cats, yo.
Yep.
Sean Kemp embarrassed a lot of cats.
Chris
And
Gatlin is one. He's the one that got the work.
Chris Gatlin.
And then he pointed at my man, and then
Yeah,
Gatlin
dude, like put his
dapped him up.
slammed on, put his nuts in his face, and then pointed at him.
Yeah, but then he came up and dapped him up.
Yeah, he was
Hey,
like,
man.
because Gatlin was like, man, I can't believe you put me on a poster. And he was like, yo, my bad, dog. I do that to everybody.
I
You
do
know
that
what
to
I'm saying?
everybody.
Yeah, I do that to everybody, bro.
Welcome to the NBA.
Yeah, I do it to everybody, bro. Yeah, so Mama said, Mama said, thank you for the super chat platter. Free Keith, low key. I think your guy is Evan because of small beef with KD. I think it would justify with him being a Knick.
Let me tell you, if Evan is the guy that turns out to be the thug, I would die laughing and I would love it.
Yes.
I would love, if Evan, the one white French dude on the team, becomes the thug of the Knicks, I couldn't write a better story. I would love that. I pray for that to happen now that you said that.
Bro.
I hope he got beef with KD. I want him to push KD like Frank pushed LeBron.
Like Mario Hezonja chirping at LeBron. Remember the game? Remember
when he blocked his shot?
That was legitimate though. I felt him for that. Like literally, I don't even know if he in the league still, but like you can hold that high for the rest of your life. Like you can tell your kids, like, yo, you see me? That's me blocking LeBron.
They was calling him the LeBron stopper.
But it wasn't just LeBron. I think he had something. He had something on Giannis too, or somebody else.
No, he mashed. I want to say he mashed on Giannis.
On Giannis,
twice.
My guy was out there getting big on cats. Like it's be dudes that be on this Knicks floor that cats really don't respect, especially when we losing. Like, but those are that I definitely put those feathers in his hat. He got that. Like I'll give him those. Like he definitely had those highlights.
Yeah, man. Especially and so for people don't probably remember this, but what happened was so we had a very small intense beef with the Milwaukee Bucks. What happened was how it started was Tim Hardaway throws up a bad shot early in the shot clock. Milwaukee gets a long rebound. They come back down and Giannis dunks on Tim Hardaway, and it's pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by buildings on Tim Hardaway Jr. Right, and Tim Hardaway Jr. looks at Giannis, right, and Giannis is like, "What?" And Tim Hardaway tucked his tail and turned the other way.
And turned away, yeah.
And you could see the intimidation and Knicks fans everywhere, me included, went crazy.
Yeah.
Well, KP is like furious, and for KP, I'm talking about Kristaps Porzingis.
Yes,
it's furious, right? So coming down the other way, KP gets the opportunity to return the favor, right? But this is Giannis we talking about. This is young bull Giannis we talking about. This is before the MVPs, before the NBA titles. This is the Greek freak with something to prove. Well, KP dunks on him, and Giannis pushes him, and KP falls down on the baseline and grabs his knee. Right? And so we like, oh man, that ain't a flagrant foul. And that was the smallest of our issues right then, but we didn't know it. Because Giannis was on the ground grabbing his knee. We like, he probably twisted it, man. He'll get up. They take him back to the locker room, and he don't come back. We like, where KP at? What's happening? Where KP at? Right? So they dumped the ball to this young guy. We in a nip and tuck game. They dumped the ball to this young guy that they just got from the Detroit Pistons bench named Chris Middleton. He spins the baseline off of Tim Hardaway Jr. and hits a layup wide open with 0.2 seconds left on the clock. Right? And Tim Hardaway Jr. immediately turns to Enes Kanter and cusses him out. What are you doing? You're supposed to have the rim. And Kanter is like, bro, why did you let him go baseline when you know there's no help?
Yo, right? I remember that so vividly, yo.
Yeah, and so he cussed. So Tim Hardaway Jr. gets dunked on by Giannis and tucks his tail. But then he gives up the game-winning layup to Chris Middleton and cusses
blame
out
it on somebody else.
and turns to Cantor like, and I don't even think Cantor was definitely not the world's best defender, but like.
But that
He
wasn't his fault.
did
would
his
give
job.
effort.
You didn't do yours. Like, you understand? Like, how you mad at him?
Tim Hardaway Jr. gave up rule number 1 in defense. Don't let your man drive to the lane uncontested. And he did that. Because he was watching somebody cut, and Middleton saw it and spent baseline and hit the layup with point. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, KP is in the locker room. You were like, why KP ain't came back? Don't tell me our all-star is about to miss some games. You know what I'm saying? Because he finally started getting his bag. Later on that night, we find out that Kristaps Porzingis has a torn ACL. Right?
Yeah.
He has a torn ACL, right? So all these things happen in these series of games against Milwaukee, right? Now we mad with Milwaukee. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I was hot that he dunked on Tim Hardaway Jr. and Tim Hardaway Jr. tucked this in. I'm from the New York tri-state area, bro. Right?
That was not Nick Ball right there, man.
I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Van Nostrand Ave between Ocean and Jackson, bro. We don't let dudes put the Timmy on us. And I don't care who it is. Bill Cartwright, I went to a Knicks game. Bill Cartwright got dunked on 8 times. When Charles Barkley tried to dunk on him a 9th time, Bill Cartwright put Charles Barkley fat butt dead in the floor. Right? You ain't gonna just come in the garden and do this. Right? And so to watch Tim Hardaway do that, I was like, I lost all respect for Tim Hardaway Jr. at that point. I did not want to see any more of Tim Hardaway Jr. in a Knicks uniform. I don't care that he was playing hurt. I don't care if his daddy is a Hall of Famer. I don't care if we traded him twice. I don't care about none of that stuff. Every time I hear Tim Hardaway Jr. name, that's what I think about. You got teabagged by Giannis. And instead of being a man, you took your tail. And then the one time you had to impact the game to save the game, you gave up the game. You gave up the game losing play, and then you blame somebody else like a coward. So not only were you a coward against Giannis, you were a coward in that play with Enes Kanter. You're gonna turn around and call him out in front of everybody.
You call him out, and it was your mistake.
Yeah. So that's why when we traded him, I was like, good riddance. I hope I don't never see him again. That was a sucker move, bro. That was a sucker move, man.
So I was cool on him all that whole season. Like Cat was like, oh, like give it a chance, like he can shoot. Like, nah. Hardaway was just not as consistent. He was not as should have just left him in Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah, and you and I used to argue in the thread, sometimes with each other and sometimes against each other about Tim Hardaway Jr.
What?
I used to get on there about my hatred for Tim Hardaway Jr. all the time. I was like, yo, we need RJ Barrett. Hey, and Soulfinger, listen.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Free Keith is my witness. All the way back then, I was saying we need RJ Barrett. Right?
Yeah.
All the way back then, I was pounding the table on Twitter for RJ Barrett, and people were like, who? And I was like, RJ Barrett. And they were like, who?
Yeah, he was definitely a Barrettier early.
Yeah, man. From as soon as I heard the story about him crying, losing the game against Chino Hills, I was like, yo, you got to have a certain type of heart in order to cry like you was at a funeral, and it's just a basketball game, bro.
And you're right.
And you a 9th grader.
You're right about that, because a lot of these cats nowadays don't have that kind of heart. I want that kind of drive, man, that kind of passion.
Yeah.
You know?
This is why, again, like, and cats call me funny for this, but like, I dig sore losers.
Yes.
Like, it infuriates me when cats have a big loss and go up to the podium and be like, well, we'll just get it together for next. Like, no, I want you to look like you upset. Like, I want you to look like you mad you lost. Like, I want you to look like you don't even want to do this interview right now. Like,
Right.
Let me know you feel some joint, yo. Like you don't like to lose.
Right. Right.
No, yeah, I feel you on that. That's just what I want. I don't like all the smiling and happy to all this
You know
and
what I'm
that,
saying?
man.
Like,
Let
yo,
me know.
that's a reason why I couldn't really like get behind LeBron early, like, cause like it just looked to me like oh, like yeah, you got the goods or whatever, but are you really about basketball? Like, are you really about this competition thing, or you just, you know what I'm saying, you just confident you better than everybody? But like he'll take a loss and be at the podium and man, Jordan would give you the feeling like if he lost the game, he want to go home and kill himself.
Right.
Yeah, he was ready to. He was ready to start slapping anybody in front
You know
of him.
what I'm saying? Like that's what I and it's not even the sport. Like I don't care if it's basketball, football. Like if I'm rooting for you, that's what I want to see, man.
Right. Right. I saw. You know,
I don't like
Mike
racist
Jordan.
losers.
No, I don't like racist losers either.
Hey,
but
you know who our best guy, who was a representative of that, was Julius' son, Lil Man. When Lil Man,
when he cried when they lost what you call it, the Nets, I was like, yeah,
exactly.
I was feeling that.
I hate him. That's what you want to see in your players. You know, not just from a little kid, but you want that from your players.
Right.
Like he got more passion than Knox.
Right. Right. Like he'll do Knox in a one-on-one.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
But you know,
Knox needs some training sessions with Jalen.
Yeah, for real. You know, and like I said, Knox is that elevator music, that Kenny G soft jazz elevator music. That's Knox.
How can you work out to that, bro? How can you work out to Kenny G? You can't. You can't. Hey, and so real quick, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell like this little story just real quick. So I boxed, right? I was an amateur boxer, right? And I'm sitting in this rinky-dink middle school gym that had, you know, they had a gym big enough for us to, you know, to box in or whatever. They got the ring in the floor and all that. And this dude was in our area, and you know, we were, you know, you got to come up through the ranks before you can start fighting. You know, the prizes was like, you know, $250, $500. So, but you got to make your way up through the ranks before you turn pro. You ain't want to just turn pro, get washed, and you know what I'm saying, whatever. I'll never forget. I'm sitting back here, and this dude had like 300 amateur fights, and I had 8 amateur fights. Right when I walked in, I'll never forget. He was like, "Yo, who am I fighting?" Because it's mad casual, right? This ain't professional. The dude he was like, "Yo, who am I beating up tonight?" And everybody pointed. They was like, "Yo, you beating there he go right there, Uncle Freezy." And he looked at me and he was like, "Yo, you ain't even in shape. I'm gonna wash you early." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You heard me. I'm gonna wash you early." And so, being at our weight, you know, the weight classes went from straw weight, if there was some, all the way up to super heavyweight. I was super heavyweight, even though I only weighed 204. The weight requirement you had to be 200 pounds and above. This dude was 255 chisel, right? I was 204, and I was in shape, but not in shape. Like I could go to 3 rounds, but you know, I had a job, you know what I'm saying, and some bad habits, you know what I'm saying, and so I wasn't like rocked up. But I remember him saying that, and then when they called our name, you know how they give you. So Soulfinger, what they would do is 3 fights ahead. Like if you were like 3 fights ahead, they'd be like, "Hey man, you coming up, and you know what I'm saying, you got 3 fights ahead of you." And so what we would do is, you know, go back to the locker rooms or whatever they set up, and you know, the doctor be back there. He's supposed to be doing the pre-fight thing. He like, "Hey man, did you have a heart attack this week? No. Did you have a such this week? Did you get hit by a car this week? No. Well, you good to fight." You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm back there getting my hands wrapped, and the dude walked in, was like, "Yo, hey chump, I ain't even gonna get sweaty on you, right? I ain't even gonna get sweaty on you. I'm gonna get you out of here quick. So whatever you got planned, you won't be late for it, right?" I was like, "Yo, this dude talking to me like," and so I started to talk that noise, but I didn't want to psych myself out, right? And I'll never forget, my homeboy came in with a dual deck radio, right? You remember the dual deck, the cassette radios? He put in a tape and he pressed play. and I heard the bass line come in. It was like doom 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 dun, 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 whatever. And it was this song called Slam by Onyx.
Yes,
Right?
Onyx.
By Onyx, right? And he was like, yo, you gonna let this child? And he was my hype man / friend / cousin. He was my cousin. He was my best friend. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you gonna let him talk to you? And he kept playing this Onyx song over and over again, right? And by the time it came time for us to fight, I couldn't hear nothing, bro. I was like in the zone. He was yelling at me, right? I was looking at him yelling at me, but I couldn't hear nothing because I was just like in this place, right? In this place. And so the girl come out, and you know how the ring girls look for major fights?
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't that. It was like Miss Cookie daughter from down the street to come in and be like, hey, it's y'all, you ready? And so you come in and they be like, and so the guy was like, in this corner, blase blah, they announced your record. And they announced my record. They like, in this corner, with a record of 6-2 or 5-3 or something like that. I had 8 fights. I was like 6-2 or 5-3 or something, whatever it was. It wasn't great. And they was like, and in this corner, with a record of 194-6. This dude won 194 amateur fights, had 6 losses, and all of them came early. Right? All of them came early, right? They announced it. And I'll never forget, bro. We get in there, and he just like patting me up, trying to find a hole in my guard. And I saw a hole in his guard. I saw it, but I didn't want to take advantage of it because I didn't know if he was baiting me. Because what counterpunchers do is they'll show you something, and you think it is what it is, but it's actually so you could throw something so they can counter you and get you out of there, right? So what happened was I kind of nibbled at it a bit. I like shot him to the ribs, bam, and back out, right? And it got through. And I was like, oh, this dude got a hole in his guard. And he knew that I found a hole in his guard, right? So he started moving, kind of patting me up, like trying to move the hole. But what happened was I knew what it was, but I didn't know if he was baiting me, right? So what happens is he tries to watch me, get me out of there, and I duck for my life. And while I'm kneel down, I see the hole in his guard, and I shoot him to the ribs. Bam! And the dude fall on his butt. Right? The dude fall on his butt, bro. And I'm like, oh. And so I sprint back. Bro, no lie to y'all. Everybody watching, listen. I had on a pair of shorts that I got from Walmart. I got them 3 sizes too big so that I could wear my groin protector on it, right? So just imagine somebody like 6'5.5", so whatever, and extra large shorts. The shorts I had on back then was like 3X or 2X, right? I probably just wore a large because I was skinny back then, right? So I run back with my old beat up sneakers and my Walmart shorts and a wife beater. And this dude had on all this professional stuff. You know what I'm saying? I see him hit the floor. He get up and he got this look in his eye like he gonna kill me, right? I'm like, oh snap! He got up. He gonna kill me. That's what I'm thinking. And then something was like, but he was the one talking that noise when he came in the gym, right? So he come back out and in a rage, but he don't throw no punches. And now I'm like, oh, you mad, but you won't punch. So now you hurt. You hurt, and you don't want people to know that you hurt. So I stalk and cut off the rim. Cut off the rim. He's trying to point me up, right? And I don't care nothing about getting pointed up because at the end of the day, I was supposed to lose this anyway. I gotta knock this fella out, right? So he's pointing me up, you know what I'm saying, going around my guard. I mess around and get hurt, you know what I'm saying, because he just shoots straight through my guard. I drop my gloves and he hit me. But what he don't know is one thing about them frees, we may not be the smartest or the most good looking, but we tough. That's the one thing, that's the one gift God gave me. I'm tough. So he hit me on the chin, bro, and it should have knocked out a mule, right? Bam! Right? And I'm like, okay, I ate that. And then he did it again twice. Bam, bam! I should have been dead. But I'm tough. That's the thing my father done passed down to me. I ain't the smartest. I ain't the most articulate. I'm not rich. I ain't the most good looking. But I'm tough, right? And so he tried to do it again, and Soulfinger, guess what? I dodge it and shoot him to the ribs, right? And the referee runs over to me and says, he just like, hey man, this over. He jumped in between me and the dude because the dude is laying on the ground, hurt.
Sound like Michael Jackson?
Tears in his eyes. Yes. So I said all of that.
Story time with Freezy.
I said all of that to say, bro, these kids we got, bro, we underdogs, man, just like I was an underdog in that fight. And did I turn pro? Did I make some money? Yeah, I made some money. You know what I'm saying? I would work all week in my cubicle, and then Friday night, I would go fight somebody for like $250. Winner take all, $250.
That's good money back. That's good money back there.
Yeah,
yo.
that's good money.
Yeah.
That was good bread.
Yeah, at the time, it was like Holyfield and Lennox Lewis and all them dudes was making millions of dollars, and Uncle Freezy fighting in some middle school gym. $250 is on the line, winner take all, and you had to pay $50 to get in it. You had to pay $50 to fight. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was gonna take that somewhere else, but I ain't gonna do that. But the thing is this, man, bro. I laugh at those times, bro. I had on Walmart gym shorts and old sneakers. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes had on professional Everlast stuff. So, but anyways.
I keep thinking about it. Some cats sound like Michael Jackson when you hit him in the ribs and he just go down.
Bro, and you know what? And my coach was telling me, he was like, yo, Uncle Freezy, you got to keep practicing this punch, because if you don't, you know what I'm saying? You got to practice this sequence and stuff, because one day it's going to pay off. You're going to need it. You got to put these things in your toolbox, because one day you're going to need it. Like Emmanuel Quigley's mid-range shot. You got to put that in your toolbox, Emmanuel Quigley, because one day you're going to need it. You know? I mean, it is what it is, but one day you're going to need it.
I'll say this about IQ though. IQ is willing to learn. That's the big key right there. He wants
major key. That's a major key.
And the thing is, this day and age, you got a lot of young cats. Oh, I got it. You can't tell me nothing. Can't show me anything. And I don't mean that like all young cats are, because we got young cats in the audience. But let's keep it 100. You got some that you got old heads like that as well. You got just people in the world like that. But this kid here, correct me. This young man, he ain't a kid. Granted enough, he old enough to be my son, but he's a young man. He's out here doing his thing, and I like the fact that I like how he comes across as humble and little meek, but it's a facade, man.
He got that fire in him, like deep down, like he's definitely. That nice guy joint is definitely the candy coating.
Yeah, definitely. He's that assassin you seen in the movie. Oh, they're so nice. The next thing you know, you bleed and you leaking on the floor. Like, what happened? He's smiling like, all right, time for you to die. He's that kind of cat, man. He's a smiling assassin. And the thing is, I like his game, because when I first saw his game, at first, this is who he reminded me of, Keith. He reminded me. He had some stuff that reminded me of Mark Jackson, and it was that little floater game, the way it was coming in, just a little bit.
I was like, that's because I feel like if you're specifically talking about that floater, I could that's
what brought Mark Jackson to mind. But his overall game is lemon pepper loop,
all over it, yo.
That's a lemon pepper loop with a touch of the Mark Jackson floater. But what we need for him is that mid range, and he needs a mid range and finishing. He really does. We can see that he can pass.
I need him to be 39% from the logo. That's what
I'm picking up what you're putting down because
That's all that other stuff is cake. I love it. He need to work on his handles. If we talking about Mark Jackson, I definitely need some more Mark Jackson style handles out of him.
yeah,
But like, I like where he's going with his shot from range, and I kind of feel like that is the quality that I need exposed the most, because that is the quality that helps the team. I'm not even talking about him hitting every shot, but like the fact that a guy like that has to be guarded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to pay attention from deep. That opens the court up so much, yo. Like, that's the things that I'm looking for. And like, that to me is like, it would be hugely impactful to the team.
Boy, you get a cat like that can go unconscious from that kind of range. That Dame Lillard,
People jump on my back when I say that. I feel like when it's all said and done, IQ is gonna have a Dame-like effect on the team. Like,
From
you can't think I'm saying like, oh, he's gonna play like Dame. Like, no, like that
range.
That range, yo, that confident range. And I would say Curry, but I'm not crazy.
Yeah, and that's why. and you notice I start stuttering real quick
like,
because I was about to say
I'm not crazy enough to say that he'd be as good as Curry.
But you want somebody to have, you want them to have fear. You want them to have some fear. You want to be intimidated and have that fear that if this cat get to this spot, he can pull it on. He can pull it.
Like, seriously pull it on me. So I gotta step up. Okay, like, I can't really help. I can't help defense down here. I can't. Yeah, like, you gotta be away from the paint. Excellent. Get that guy away from the paint.
Yeah, but see, and the thing is I want him to, for me, I want him to be that all around scorer that we. All right, like, okay, Lonzo Trier was that scorer. Man,
pour one out for Lonzo, yo. Pour one out for young Lonzo Trier, yo. Yeah. He was better than Frank.
Yes,
man.
He was that.
And Frank was standing around. I always said it, man. Frank was at the end of the world when the nuclear bombs drop. You're gonna have Honda Accords, Volkswagen Beetles, cockroaches, and Frank still walking the earth, man.
Yep. Right, exactly. How did he survive,
How
bro?
How he get tossed from the island before Frank, yo?
Yes. Kadeem Allen. You remember Leon Rose's first thing? Soon as Leon Rose got here, he was like, yo, Kadeem Allen is waived. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And then like a day later, it's like Alonzo Trier has been waived. Like, wow, they cleaning house.
Like, no, Leon ain't even. Wait, was it Leon that waived Alonzo? No, he got waived last season.
He got waived the season before.
He got waived the season before.
No.
Dude. Like, with Mills and them, did Lonzo? They gave him the contract, and they also let him walk.
Oh boy, y'all said Frank, and then
dude, I'm telling you, what I feel like is that he knew what it was he got mad. He knew he was better than Frank.
Well,
he knew he was better than Frank, and he brought it up in practice, and like that, like it rubbed everybody the wrong way.
Well, I'm gonna take you back to a game. Remember, it was Tim Hardaway and Lonzo that got into it on the court because Lonzo wouldn't pass the ball to Tim.
Yep.
Lonzo was cooking though, and Tim
he
wanted the ball.
You talking about the Charlotte game? It was Charlotte.
Yeah, and Lonzo was cooking.
Yep.
Tim got mad and he said something to him and he blew him off because I guess apparently whatever was going we weren't there in practice, but I'm pretty sure that Lonzo was probably cooking Tim in practice. He's like, man, I'm gonna give you this. Get your weight up. So I mean, like you said, pour something out for Lonzo, man. I did
pour
like
something out for Lonzo, man.
Pour something out for Frank.
I guess we ain't gonna find out until his 30 for 30.
Yeah.
Free Keith, I do not understand.
What problem you got with today?
I do not understand your hatred for this kid. All this kid
Lord and Jesus,
ever did was do everything to try
and make
everybody else. Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
I again,
Glad to see you.
good morning, Soulfinger as well.
Morning now. Foundation.
I said last night on
that
my
collar
show
is crispy.
I said last night on my show, The Pod Couple, with my arch nemesis, Mr. Sergeant G-Man.
So it's your show. The other dude just along for the ride.
Along for the ride.
Oh,
Yo,
my
y'all
God.
funny, yo.
Hey, but Cornerstone, before you say anything
Yes.
about the Frank being brought up, I'm the one who mentioned Frank. I'm gonna I stand up on that one. I said that, and what I said was, at the end of time, when the nuclear bombs come down, only thing gonna be left standing is gonna be Honda Accords, Volkswagen Beetles, and Frank.
Soulfinger, don't take up for him.
Dude,
I
that
heard
dude,
him.
you gotta give it up to Frank. You gotta give it up to Frank for lasting so long, though. Like,
Man, look,
that dude
Frank,
was Teflon, dodging all kinds of bullets. Woo!
Yes.
Frank was harder than Snake Plissken, man.
That dude.
Oh man.
I'm serious, man. That cat survived, man. I mean, bruh, the running man had nothing on Frank.
He did.
The Predator wasn't gonna catch
until
Frank.
Tibbs got here, and Tibbs said, "Hey, can't use him no more."
Look, Frank survived the Matrix, bruh. I mean,
Did his talent say that?
But I mean, in all, it's all good. But right now, Frank right now trying out for the Hong Kong Hustlers.
He can't even get on a European team, bro.
He's over there trying out for the Hong Kong Hustlers, man.
Italy is looking at him, man.
That's looking at Italy.
Italy. Why are we bringing him up? I'm more worried about Deuce McBride.
No. Here's the thing.
I'm worried about Deuce
everybody
McBride.
who was a part of his church. Like, now they talking about, like, oh, why are we bringing him up? He's off the team. But when he was on the team, and the faction of us were telling you he was trash.
Because he would see, there you go again. That's some man.
Dude, I tried to have as much faith and give the kid a chance. Like, oh, I see his aggression. I tried to look for anything positive. Like,
so what you're saying is, if Tibbs would have given him the time, he still wouldn't have been. He would still be.
Dude, there wasn't enough time on the planet to get him there, bro.
We'll find out about him on his 30 for 30 as well.
Yeah, his 30 for 30.
But Frank
after his long and illustrious modeling career.
Right, Frank ain't gonna get a 30. He's gonna get a 5 for 5. You know what I'm saying? Frank ain't gonna sound like Wendy's. Yo, let me get a 5 for 5, man. Medium fries. That's Frank's.
He trying out for the big three.
The big three. The big three is giving him a look.
The medium three.
Yo, Frank can't even get a contract with the Yakima Sun Kings, bro.
Wow. Just wow.
Son. Wait, wasn't he on the French team? Don't they have a team? Like, why isn't he there?
Yeah, hey,
that's
bro.
wow. Just wow. Just wow.
Bro, he's
just wow.
Son, yo, like you just like, and this would all end so quickly if y'all Frankers were just like, hey, yeah, we were wrong. That's it, because then there's nothing to say after that. But until that time, y'all gonna get this work.
Bro, it wouldn't be. And so at the beginning of the year, Frankers were like, yo, man, all Frank needs is time. And I was like, yo, Frank Ntilikina is a 6'4" Tree Rollins. I started saying that in December.
I did before hearing that come out of Freezy's mouth.
I had no.
And you know what people were saying? Instead of saying, yo, Frank, give up this point guard dream. And that's the reason why he ain't here. Because he got a dream of being a point guard. Frank, you're not gonna be a point guard. We
had already discussed this, and he has embraced his role as being that small forward. Whatever you said.
Frank's people said Frank believes he's a point guard and he's gonna pursue playing point guard in the NBA. That's what Frank's people said. So now he's hoping to get a look in Italy playing small forward when he could have just did that in the NBA. I'm just saying, bro.
I've got no words. Can we talk about
because there are no words to say.
Yes, okay. So let's moving right along. Evergreen, what's happening, bro?
Who's the next mediocre player y'all gonna hit your wagons to?
I'm trying to watch this KOD off Miles
Because the
McBride.
same cats hate Randall.
They hate Randall with a passion, bro.
I
Same
never hate
dude
Randall.
who formed the church around this mediocre cat hate Randall.
And
Please, Evergreen. Please, Evergreen. Please answer. Please,
hey, so here's the
Evergreen.
thing. Here's the thing. The Frankers, the Church of Frank, and Latter Day Aints put the KOD on Miles McBride. They're like, well, we're gonna turn this barbershop into a church. That's basically that's
First of all, Breeze,
Frankers.
you cannot compare Frank to McBride. All right, Frank McBride is a freaking dog.
Basketball player in the NBA. Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all the worst fans, man.
You're right.
They
cannot be compared. One is playing in the NBA.
Y'all the worst fans.
Got an idea, folks. I got an idea, folks. There's a way to solve this, and there's a way to get rid of this situation. Who remembers? I want to say it's about maybe 10 years ago. There's a really famous clip that's been going around since then of Morgan Freeman having a conversation with an interview, and he's talking about how to end racism, right? Everybody remember this clip? And the lady said, or the guy says, how do you end racism? And he goes, easy. Stop talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the pride of the Frankers, they'll shut up about it. They don't really have much of a choice to shut up about it, right? I'm one of them to a certain extent. I was even a DSJer. But I only bring it up when conversations about Frank come up. I'm long gone with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the Frankers is not the Frankers themselves. It's the people that hate them that keep bringing them back up.
Thank you.
Why do y'all keep talking about this guy? And why do y'all keep bringing him back up to the Frankers? If y'all don't want to deal with Frankers anymore, shut the hell up about them. Nobody's ever talking about Frankers but the people that hate the Frankers. So if you want to end racism, you stop talking about it. You stop dealing with it. If you want to end the Church of Frank, you want the damn book to be closed, and you don't want the church bell to go off anymore, and you don't want the damn Frankers to come back outside, shut the hell up about Frank.
No.
Rant over.
No, Frank is Lamar.
No, bro. No, bro.
You're gonna get this right here.
That implies that, like,
you're gonna get this right here.
Frank is the same as racism.
Yeah.
Because, like, from
no.
I'm
not saying. See, you see,
I didn't say that I want this to be over. Like, this is the period of time. This is the period of time where
we've discovered the truth.
This is the period of time. It's the Frankers that want this to be over. They don't want to take their ribbing like they should just lay down and take it. This is the period of time where we get to gloat. Because you were wrong the whole time for 4 years while we had to listen to your trash about how much better he looks in his workout videos, how much better his shot looks in his empty gym shots, and we're telling you that's not it. He's not it. The Knicks ruined his development. No, we're telling you he's not it. Like, so this is the point in time where we get to say that you were wrong, and just what you need to do is eat it.
My apologies, Uncle.
I'm cool with that.
I was just using it as an example.
You don't gotta apologize.
I didn't mean to throw the turd in the punch bowl.
Until next season, open up. Frank is fair game. They get what they get. This is the work they get. This is what you get when your take is. This is what you get when your take is wrong. That's it. That's it. Swallow it.
All right, I'll add to that.
You and your rant.
I'll add to that.
Took an L. That's it. You don't get to say nothing. You get to take this work until the season open up. Then we could all be like pro-Knicks and forget about Frank.
I'll add to that.
Y'all. You're right.
it's not about me because I jumped off the Frank bandwagon a year and a half ago. So this
Yeah,
ain't
look
got
at
nothing to
these
do with me.
backpedalers.
All right.
Backpedalers. Look at these
I jumped
backpedalers.
off a year and a half ago.
Oh,
No.
I've been
It's
new.
not a backpedal. It's it's not a. I'm not saying I've been new. I jumped off the bandwagon a year and a half ago. That's a fact. I jumped off the bandwagon at the same exact time of me dumping off the DSJ bandwagon. Right. I jumped off the DSJ bandwagon when he wasn't getting any play. I jumped off the Frank bandwagon at the same time. But my point is, the Frankers know at this point in time that Frank wasn't it, regardless of whether the Frank haters say anything, simply because he's not on the team anymore. That's in the that right there is a bigger body blow. That right there is a bigger body blow than listening to Free Keith say the same rant over and over again simultaneously while he said the same rant. He said the same rant for the last 4 years. So it's in other
It
words,
wasn't the same rant.
it's monotonous. It's monotonous.
I tried to be like, yo, like, oh, look, he look a little bit more aggressive. Like, maybe this is going somewhere. Nope, dub. I tried to be like, okay, look, his shot is looking a little bit wet. He scored 19 points. He got hit three threes this game. Next 5 games, dub. Like, yo, he was hard to root for, gangster. He was hard to root for.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
But in the midst of all, no, but I'm not. In the midst of all that, like, yo, like, there were some very arrogant people who were part of that church who have just taken an L and they just got to get this win.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. The problem isn't the problem. You saying I'm backpedaling, right? Which
we got until the opening.
You're saying that I'm backpedaling. No. See, it's not a we thing because you shouldn't even
look at the church.
No, here we is. It's not a we thing, and here's why. When I say we, no. When I say we, I'm actually not stepping on the church at all, right? Because I was inside the church first, and I realized, yo, they're not really preaching the gospel the right way, and I got up out of there. But the difference is that you criticize the church. And not only did you criticize the church, you also walked up the steps and peeked in the door and was like, oh, there's something nice going on here. And then when you realized that it wasn't, then you got mad again. So you don't wait. You don't wait to be the guy to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to start talking trash about Frank all off season. Because you peeked your head in the door instead of standing on your square the whole time. So don't do that. You are the guy. Right? You want to go to Freezy could do it because Freezy stood on that square all season. And there's countless other people that stood in that square for the last 4 years. But Freaky, you just admitted that you got up and you peeked your head in that church's door and was like, oh, 19 points? Oh, 3 steals here? Oh, 6 rebounds here? We might have something. And now that he's not here, now you want to go back to, now you're the backpedaler. Not me. You're the guy. I jumped in when I realized it was wrong, but you stuck your head in the door. So don't do that, Free Keith. Come on now. So we gotta get this right, brother. We gotta get this right.
But Evergreen, the thing is this: the reason why we laugh at Frank is not because Frank is bad. It's because of how arrogant the Frankers were at the time,
and how adamant they were.
Right.
That it was the Knicks who were messing up. And like everybody who played ahead of him shouldn't have been playing ahead of him. And the Knicks didn't develop him. And oh, look, they picked Tibbs. They picked Tibbs. He only plays vets. Oh, but Frank even not playing when Tibbs is here. And rookies is playing over him. But none of that is sinking in as to this dude is just not it.
Right. If they would not have built,
hey, listen, I agree with y'all.
They built a 100-foot monument to Frank, and when Frank didn't turn out to be the guy that they expected, they get mad at everybody else.
Hey, Freeze.
Every point guard that played ahead of him got the wrath of God from these guys.
Was he a Knick? Was he a Knick?
Yes.
And what happened to the support in our Knicks? What happened to that?
Dude, these were
Hey,
people
hey,
in
hey,
Knicks.
see, cornerstone, and
These were also people in Knicks jerseys
What'd you
that were
say?
playing ahead of him that y'all were hating on. So what do you mean? They were wearing
I
the
didn't hate
jersey.
on. First of all, about me, I never hate on any
Come
Knick.
on, you know the texture. You know the
What
texture
texture are you talking about? What texture are you talking about?
of the prankers.
Trey Burke. You remember how they did Trey Burke?
I never hated on Trey Burke. I love Trey Burke.
Bro,
I loved him
I
too,
love
actually.
Trey Burke.
I did too. I love
Yeah.
Trey Burke.
Yeah, so you can't. So what you should say is for the Frank Hype, some Frank Hybers, not all of them, because
right.
I'm Knicks first. I'm Knicks first. I'm Knicks first altogether.
So if you're Knicks first,
Even when we had Jerome James here, I still support him because he was on the team.
But if you're Knicks first, you can't be a Franker, bro. You can't
Oh,
have it both ways.
that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
You can't have it both. You can't have it both ways.
That's ridiculous.
Because the title.
All y'all was crapping on him, and I can't use the right word because I'm in a public, in a private place.
Because you got a new shirt on.
Exactly. Well, y'all was crapping on him. I was the one that was defending him, and a few other people were defending him too because all y'all was just crapping on him. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that he was picked by us. It's not his fault.
Bro, that's not what we saying.
Then what are you saying?
I defended Frank. I defended him until I stopped, and the only reason that made me stop was because now we had a competent coach here.
Hey, Evergreen, you breaking up, bro?
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Exactly.
Hey, so it's not. It's so what I'm saying to Frankers and former Frankers is this: when we rooted for Frank, young, not everybody, but I'm saying there is a large number of Frankers that say we weren't rooting for Frank hard enough, right? When Frank did something good, Twitter blew up. Twitter had a meltdown, bro. They had to shut down servers, bro. Servers were catching on fire because Frankers were like, "Oh my God, Frank had 5 points last night," and we're like, 5 points? What we do? You know what I'm saying?
But what about the steals he had and everything else? But what I'm saying is,
see what I mean? See what I mean?
What is it? What?
So when Frank had 5 points, because his career numbers were 5, 2, and 2.
Yes, they were. I read them last night. Yes, they were. You're absolutely right.
You were reading the Holy Book of Frank last night.
What I'm getting at is why everyone.
Oh, not the Holy Book.
I was going to defend this guy because he was a Knick. That's all I'm saying.
What about Moutier? Moutier didn't have a church.
Defended him too.
Moutier didn't have a church.
Defended him too.
You know, I felt bad for that cat.
But there was more people crapping on Frank than there were Moutier.
But I felt bad for that cat because Fizdale basically used that man like a wet food stamp, man.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get you right. Okay, here's a Greyhound ticket. Go and get on up out of here, little
Exactly.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah, the thing with Frank, bro. The thing with Frank is Frank gets undue credit for stuff that he didn't do.
But here's the thing,
and he didn't he gets unjustly blamed for things that he didn't do, right? And Frankers, when they see Frank get unjustly blamed, they bring up 1,000 excuses.
I just got a hot take. You got a hot take on Frank, man. He just signed a contract with the Menudo Manglers, man.
He said Menudo.
Is his partner coming off the bench?
Yo, my man said the Menudo Manglers.
He said Menudo. Wow. He said that boy group from the 80s.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
I can't. Anyway.
Yeah, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Anyway.
So
But I got to
Frank,
get some. I have to come back at Free Keith a little bit because he said who mediocre on this team were we going to come behind. And from what I've seen, ain't nobody mediocre. Nobody on the team is mediocre.
Hey, Knicks are winning the championship this year. So
Not saying that.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it, and I'll stand on it. Y'all can call it a hot take. Y'all can say whatever you want. You can say sensationalism, but Knicks are winning the championship this year. I've already done my justifications for it last night on our brothers podcast, on Die Hard Knicks podcast.
Right.
You know, and it's not high. It's either everybody's Debbie Downers at this point, but it's not far fetched to think that right now. I don't think so. With the way this league is made up right now, I don't think so. So
I mean,
I'm gonna
anything can
stand on
happen.
that. It's my first time. It's my first time in my entire life ever saying that, ever having the confidence to say that.
You the man.
I've been a die-hard Knicks fan my entire life, and it you know, whatever. I don't want to get into why right now because it'll be a long, drawn-out show, but I believe Knicks will win the championship this year. I'll be the first to say it, second, third, fourth, and fifth to say it, and y'all can hold me to the fire, and y'all can say I'm delusional and crazy
But see,
all
it's
season.
not. But you're not. You're
We
not.
getting a chip win
He said
That's what I'm
this year.
saying.
this
He
year.
said this year.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is a man who sees what's on the horizon. We're about to have a season, bro.
Oh, it's the season. Look, I'm more excited. You know, I'm like Pookie on New Jack City when he got the job in the crack house, waiting for the season, man. I can't wait. I'm all happy and dancing and stuff, man, in my head, man, because I really see us slapping heads and taking names. Because we already got the national media saying that, oh, it was the Knicks were nice. It was a feel good story. No, partner.
It was a lot of luck involved. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
all right.
partner. This is for real. This is for real. This is business right here. They're putting our front office and everything are moving in a direction that they never seen before. All your little whack jokes, like that, your improv on whatever else are done. So just stand by when we come in, kicking the door, waving the 4-4, and get these wins. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna say I'm looking at us have about 52 wins for the year.
Ooh. My number
look, I'll say this.
My number was 54, but I did that.
Right.
I don't care about the number of wins in the regular season. So as long as somehow, some way we make the playoffs, right? I'm not gonna try to predict numbers. I'm not trying to predict any of that. What I'm saying is the way the Eastern Conference is laid out. This is as even as it's ever been, right? Like a lot of people have their own ways that they want to make up their narratives, and that's fine.
No,
but this
I'm
is
good.
as even as the Eastern Conference has ever been, and even your quote unquote top heavy teams, they have their major issues that could blow up and derail, right? Obviously, we see the powerhouse of the East, Philadelphia. They're already blown up and derailing right now. If you're not really paying attention to what's going on in New York City, then you're not paying attention to the New Jersey Nets about to blow up and derail right now, simply because the COVID restrictions. Right? That means Kyrie, who is clearly not vaccinated, won't play at home games. He won't play at games against the Knicks, and he will only play roughly 41 games on the road, right? And we see that James Harden has injury issues, right? Which I would say his injury issues right now are more significant than KD's injury issues, right? And they also got LaMarcus Aldridge back, who, heart damn near exploded, damn near blew a blood vessel or whatever issue he's got. So I don't look at them as a powerhouse. Then you go to Milwaukee, and they even just won a championship, but they just lost their defensive enforcer who went down to Miami, right? PJ's
Why
out
are
there,
why
and
the
he's in
why the
Miami.
Cats? Miami got a squad.
Yeah, there's something to
Now,
age.
and Miami, I'll take Miami as being the secret, the secret team that could be in high contention, but that at this point is neither here nor there because they still need to build some type of continuity there. They got a
And
lot of the same pieces, but what are
they
you gonna
brought
do?
back Oladipo.
Are you right? And Oladipo's got injury history, but they're the
Exactly.
toughest team that it looks like. And there's two sleeper teams in the Wizards and Chicago, but both of them need some continuity, a whole lot of continuity. The only three teams that have, I'll say four teams that have legitimate continuity is the New Jersey Nets, the New York Knicks, the Atlanta Hawks, who have a forward problem right now.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
So out of those four, I really like that can go either way to me. People say I'm crazy for thinking that, but I think that can go either way. And when you go back and you look at the West, Kawhi's not playing, Jamal Murray's still not playing, right? So you take the powerhouses of Denver and the Clippers out. Now you're just left with the old Lakers, which whatever we can call it that. The Utah Jazz haven't proven much other than Donovan Mitchell, right? And last but not least, the sleeper that you can't wipe out is the Phoenix Suns.
Yep.
And we played damn good against Phoenix. We played damn good against Utah. And the only new team that we have to deal with is the Lakers with all their additions that he had. I see the stars aligning. This is the first time I've ever said that in my entire time being a Knicks fan. I see the stars aligning, and I see some greatness on the horizon for us, strictly based off of coaching and continuity, and two upgrades.
And I like your take on that, Evergreen, because you brought a lot of great points, and then just mainly specifically speaking on the East, and on the East, they're hyping up the Nets. All right, it's all good. They're signing this, but come on, man, you got a walking mass unit up over there, man. You really do. And then on top of that, you bring in the whole thing with the immunization. That causes problems in itself. And they're a sensitive team. They're highly sensitive. Those cats are really, really sensitive. And then Milwaukee, PJ, granted PJ didn't score a lot, but his defense changed up the game on a lot of things. They lost him to like I said, to Miami. The main thing with Miami, they're gonna wind up shuffling the decks a lot because it's not a matter of when, it's not a matter of if Victor gets hurt, it's when Victor gets hurt.
Right.
Because the man, that cat there, man, his knees about as strong as saltine crackers, man.
Now, with that being said, though, I don't want to overvalue Victor Oladipo, right? Because I think that's what happens. Like, Victor Oladipo is not going to start over Duncan Robinson, like that.
Well, yeah,
I don't see that happening. I see the starting lineup being like Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Bam Bam. You know what I mean? And then coming off the bench, Tyler Hero at the 1. Because he's being groomed for that. So Tyler Hero at the 1, maybe Victor Oladipo at the 2, maybe Andre Iguodala at the 3, right? And then they're kind of in a lock jam position at the 4 and 5. Like they have a lot of guys that can play.
I think you're undervaluing. Depot, yo.
It's hard to undervalue a guy that missed the whole season and the season before that based off of an injury. It's really hard to value that. You know what I mean?
I dig
it. I would like to say, oh yeah, they're getting the Oladipo of latter years from Indiana. I would love to say that. right?
Well,
No,
I would
why would
love to say that,
I
but
would hate to say that. I don't want to. I don't want them to have that Oladipo at
yeah,
all.
not at
no,
all.
I know. I'm not saying I'm gonna say that. I'm talking about as far as his value. Like, of course, I'm not rooting for the guy. Like, I had him on my fantasy team. The year that I had him on my fantasy team is the year he blew his damn knee out. So screw that guy, right? What I'm saying is, and he was putting up numbers that year, and I was like, okay, this guy, all star. Okay, let's see what he got. But it's just a matter of I try my best to be as objective as possible, and I really scoured the league, and I look for a major level of pros and cons for all of the teams in the East. And we got our problems too, right? Our problems are kind of minuscule in comparison to what everybody else has got.
Exactly.
We just have injury problems at the point guard. But everything else, we check the box in. We check the box in defense. We check the box in continuity. We check the box in coaching. We check the box in, the heart of the players want to play here. The mind of the players.
You forgot spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
Yeah, from Clyde. Well, Clyde Frazier. He uses that word.
Oh yeah. I was like, what is he?
Spontaneity.
I don't think. But again, we check all the boxes in a lot of major categories that when you look at, like, all right, so there's this weird thing that happens. I had this take before. There's this weird thing that happens where it's like, if you go back post Jordan era and you start from the 98-99 season, there's this thing where it's like every 4 years, between 4 and 8 years, there's a team that wins the championship that nobody was looking at, that nobody was paying attention to. And the formula is very simple. The formula is either that team that wins the championship was trashed the season before and they were just ready to blow the team up, and they made one trade or did one thing that kind of kept them in the game, or there's a team that had been consistently making the playoffs that everybody's still counted out. Like, okay, they fought in the number 9, between 6 and 9. They stayed there all season. All of a sudden, they made the the lower end of the they clinched the lower end of the standings, and then they win the championship. So I'm gonna bring them up. Right? We look at the San Antonio Spurs from '99. Right? They beat us.
Yeah.
Right. The following team that did that was the Detroit Pistons of 03. Then the following team after that was the Miami Heat after they acquired Shaquille O'Neal, right? Then the following team after that, all the other teams, they were like consistently in the playoff, consistently winning. They were just getting beat. The following team after that was after that Miami, the Boston Celtics, the Big Three team. That team was just getting ready to get blown up. Until KG got talked to by Paul Pierce, and he said, I'm gonna go over there, right? And then they made the trade for Ray Allen, right? And they just so happened to draft Rondo, right? That team was just about to blow up, but something within the organization held on to it. Following that, I would say the next team was that Dallas Mavericks team. The next team after that Dallas Mavericks team within that 48-year window is the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is we're due for that next team, that 48-year next team. We're due for it to happen, right? Milwaukee just won, but they consistently been in the playoffs, right, over the last 4 to 5 years. The Lakers won the year before that. They consistently won. But they were consistent, players. Even though LeBron got injured the year before, they did all kind of crazy stuff to get AD, blah, blah. The year before that is Toronto. So I'm saying we're right there. Like, it's about to happen again. If you paint the picture that way and you start to look at the weird patterns that is, that the NBA guys give to us, like, the story fits. The team from the previous season that did nothing, made some changes, got an all-star that also was most improved player. They had the coach. They had the pride of players that wanted to play here because they're from New York, right? They got the draft picks that want to be here. They have, you know, a generational talent in a defensive big man that wants to be here, right? The story and the narrative is the stars aligning and the picture is being painted for me. So that's why I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying, yo, 4 to 8 years, we're right there for the Knicks to win a championship this year. So Knicks win championship. That's all I'm saying, and I'm gonna keep it that way, and nobody can talk me off this horse. Knicks win championship.
That's
I'm
a
with
good
you.
way to put it. That algorithm, like you said, not to say call you like a computer or whatever, but when you break it down like that, you know, I never thought of it, looked at it from that angle. Looked at what's in between.
I like it.
Yeah,
I rock.
pull it up, guys. Like you don't have to take it from me. You don't have, because even and this is obviously post Jordan era, right? After post Jordan era, right? San Antonio wins, and then they become that dynasty, and they continue to compete, right? Lakers win a bunch of times, right? San Antonio back and forth. Then all of a sudden, Detroit wins. But after Detroit wins, they were pretty much trash for the next few years after that, right? Then Miami comes, Miami wins. And then they were trash after that until LeBron gets there. Then Miami's winning, then, you know, and even if you want to go, I'll even go on a limb and I'll throw in an extra team and I'll say that 73-win Golden State Warriors team. Nobody expected that team to do that. Everybody was still talking about LeBron winning the championship, right? Everybody was expecting that. So again, the algorithm is so weird, and you can look at it, and I'm not here to try to make things fit. Like I can't make things fit based off of statistics and history and Las Vegas ratings. Like that's not what I'm here for. I can't do that. The history speaks for itself. If you read into it, you see it yourself. Detroit wasn't supposed to win that championship, but the stars aligned. Dallas for damn sure wasn't supposed to win that championship against the big three Miami, but the stars aligned. Right? Those are the two big. Toronto wasn't being looked at to win a championship. They had been consistently getting beat by LeBron James for 5 years. First round bumps. Get out of here. Then they make one trade. And really, you can even go so far as to say that even that whole entire playoff run, if it wasn't for Kawhi hitting that corner three against in Embiid's face, it would have been Philly going after that. But if you go all before 1999, what were the teams that were winning championships? It was the Lakers, Philadelphia, Detroit, Boston, Houston. For a long time, back-to-backs. Something happened after Jordan era, and I don't know if it was just like somebody got the Infinity Stones and snapped fingers and reset stuff. Like I don't know what the hell happened, but I wasn't around when all those other teams were winning, so I can't tell you nothing about that. But I can look at the history, and I can look at what the championship see, and I can see that pattern of consistent winning, and then all of a sudden, after Chicago's run, that not a fluke run, but that tight 6-year run, 7-year run, if you will. I say 7 years because even that 1 year that Jordan retired, Pippen still took that team to the playoffs. So 6 years of consistent basketball with one team winning it, one team expected to win it at that, and then everything changes. So tell me why we couldn't win a championship right now with the current makeup of the team? That's what I want to do. Somebody tell me why we couldn't.
Hey, I'm not going to even go that route because the simple thing is, in the mortal words of Kevin Garnett, anything's possible, man. And the only way you get that is by the talking heads. The media love to shut us out. But again, if you want to know about this team, about these Knicks, you come to these, and I'm gonna use what Jay Boogie said. These not podcasts, these stations. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got people, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, It's not podcasts, these stations, because it's actually the real information coming out from not only who's on the panel, but within the chat itself. And it's the information and the that we need that we're not going to get because we're not trying to please whatever ratings you're trying to get while throwing out shade and all these other little gimmicks. This team is actually, if you step back and look at what we're doing as an organization, just look at the front office itself. They're ahead of the game on a lot of. They're not buying into the, well, we're going to sign this big name to get this big name to get that big name, then we're going to win a championship. But then you look down the line, well, what we're going to do when they leave? We don't worry about that right now. We're not going to worry about that right now. We'll deal with this right here. The way our front office is doing, they're doing it both ways. You're looking down the line, but you're looking at the here and now by the moves we're making. And then, like I said, our war chest is fat. We've never had a war chest like this, man. Where we had cash and draft picks. Man, when have we ever had draft picks, man?
Never.
I mean, seriously, draft picks alone. Now we have a lot. And then the staff. So, it's working. And I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down, Evergreen.
We made all those upgrades. Like we have a greatly upgraded team. And if you think about it, like we have all of the draft picks that we made, we still retain. And we improved the team greatly. We got a 4-time All-Star that's still serviceable for pennies. And like we didn't have to give up not one of our future first round picks that we got enough of to trade or any of like I feel you, Evergreen. I feel you. Maybe this is the lucky year. Maybe this is the year.
Well, I'm gonna go and throw this out here like that. Like this. Milwaukee won it after how many years? 50 years of winning that last one, right? We hit 50 hard in the head. Look, it's called whatever, but that's what I was saying. Well, if they can do it, we can too. We hit 50 hard in the head right now. So
I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but like I'll take it.
I mean, look, hey, Keith, I'm at the point in time right now. I want that chip so bad. I'm about to go get me some goats, some chickens, paint that little skull on my face and put the top hat on. What was my man talking to? What was his name in Major League? Joe Boo. Talk to Joe Boo.
Joe Boo.
You talk about Serrano.
Yeah, Serrano. When you talking to Joe Boo, hey man, I'm at that point, man. I want it. I'm like Warren G. I want it all. Brand new socks and drawers, man. I want it. I need it, man. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of this, man. I'm like, man, we got it now. We head in that direction. It's just a matter of time. I can stay patient, but I want it.
Hi.
It's like I need it.
I need it.
Sure. I can give it to her. No problem. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, great. Thank you. All right.
It's like an episode of The Office.
What we talking about on here, man?
Huh?
So what we talking about on here? I'm sorry, I'm a little late.
Kelly? What's happening?
Going on, brother?
You missed Evergreen's proclamation that we're going to get a chip this year. He really kind of broke it down, like technical analysis over like the last 20 years.
He made a lot of sense.
It made
the manifestation.
Sense. He broke down one hell of an algorithm, man, and I'm like, well,
yeah, I'm with the manifestation, man. I'm with it, man.
It's like, so yeah, like we getting a chip this year, so
quiet money salute, brother. Yeah,
that's on the list now.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
If we get one, I ain't gotta watch basketball for a while. As long as my team got it, I ain't gotta watch it. That's how I feel.
I do miss it though. I'm waiting for this preseason to open up, man.
Yeah, I want to see how the team fits right now.
I just need to see. Because if I have a feeling that like these cats are about to come together like Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
Like Voltron.
Say it again.
It had a
again.
Voltron come together. Had a Voltron come together.
We gotta come together like Voltron.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you don't want to come together like Voltron, it can come together like butt cheeks, bro. Either or. Pick your pick.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Big 15. Somebody said they got a real Big 15 now.
Yo, like we for real got one of the deepest squads. Like, and that's not even no cap.
We got a third string team too.
Bruh, for real.
We got cats
for real.
waiting. Who's gonna be waiting behind good cats to play?
What what gets me is youngsters, man. We got some hungry youngsters, man.
Yes,
they hungry.
The future looks very bright, and this.
And the other thing with that is now, not only do we have the youngsters, but we have the personnel to train these youngsters the right way.
Right.
Yeah, because it would have definitely worked out better for Frank if he had these guys.
Well, not just him, but I'll put Knox in there. I'll put Trier in there. I'll put Trier in there.
Man, pour out a little bit for Lonzo.
Yeah, man. Every time we mention Trier, man, pour out
you gotta pour it out. I'm pouring it out for Lonzo, man.
Pour some for the homie, man.
Kimber and Rose.
How it all? Hey, what's good?
No, go ahead.
The way it worked out, man. Like now, I'm looking back. I'm like, really, like all of this, and like y'all just let Frank walk, but like Trier had to go. Like he had to go immediately.
Right. Like at least McBride has he got D Rose and
Kimber.
And Kimber to mentor him. You know what I mean, in front of him. Those are two good guards to come up behind, man.
And you know what's the secret weapon on that? The behind the scenes, the cat in the shadows, Johnny Bryant.
Yeah.
That true. Yeah.
So Deuce is actually of our young guys. I mean, IQ is gonna get some, but I think Deuce is gonna be the one to benefit the most out of this situation, man, because of having those three.
Right.
Hold on, fellas. I'll be right back.
Yeah, but it's gonna be hard for them to. It's gonna be hard for them to carve out playing time, though.
Yeah. With Tibbs is that happy, so.
But it's funny if Trier had made it. If Trier made it to Tibbs, I feel like Tibbs would have ran him.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
Oh, Tibbs doesn't really care about flashiness. I don't know.
No, it's not the flashiness. like he gets his own shot.
Yeah, I know, but his game is like, ISO heavy. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Tibbs would like that. I mean, you need a bucket getter. So, I mean, it's likely he would trust him as like a secondary playmaker.
I'm telling you.
But I just don't know. I mean, I feel like he would trust.
He definitely would have got minutes at least off the bench from Tibbs.
No, he probably would have got some minutes. He got cut when? He got cut after Mike Miller? When Mike Miller was here?
No, he got cut. He got cut
as the season started with Tibbs
last
season. So he got cut
like it was still Mills and them. Mills and them cut him.
Oh, okay.
I really still wonder what that was about because it couldn't have it was cats. He was definitely not the worst dude on the team.
He wasn't. It was rumored. He's messing with Fizz's wife. It was rumored. He tried to. Well, he might have shot his shot at her or something like that.
Nah.
It's the rumor. That's the rumor. So I don't know. But his attitude, I mean, you can see it.
He did have an attitude. I definitely figured it was something. But for no other team really to pick him up like that,
right.
It had to be something.
It's funny because I see it. Not to cut you off, Gilbert Arenas made a comment about that on one of these Instagram pages. Talking about the Knicks always. I commented under that. I'm like, Gilbert Arenas, mind your business, yo. Like, don't speak on the Knicks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mind your business. I just got me mad because he's like, the Knicks always, making the wrong move. I'm like, shut up. Like, well, I don't know. I just got mad at it. I'm like, you never played for us. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what happened. I mean, we got messed up history, but like you don't get to speak on that. You just be quiet. That's just how I felt. Yeah, that's just how I felt. Word.
Hey, pipe down, cat.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? He feels how he feels about Trier, but I don't know. I just wasn't with it. Like, word. I mean, in the
really
end,
want to know that story, man.
Me too. I do want to know the
I
backstory.
want to know that story because how, like, you really saw more talent in Frank than Trier. Like, I'm sorry, like that's not even a slight the guy, but like,
right.
That just seemed weird. It had to be something. It had to be something.
He was a bucket, and you know, Mike Miller ain't really seen nothing in him either. I noticed when he
took over.
When he took over as intern, yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that. I would have thought. I noticed the Knicks played way better too. I mean, I heard y'all talking about it earlier. I'm not gonna bring up that combo again, but it was good.
They played way better, but the thing about it was, I think that was the time where the kids should have played.
Yeah, because we clearly wasn't making the playoffs, so it's like, why not?
Right, exactly.
Well, they kept trying.
You said what for Keith?
They kept trying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You could have played. Yeah, you could have, played.
There's no telling what would have happened if the pandemic didn't happen. There's no telling.
Yeah, right. But it did. So this is where we at, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is. But I'm just saying.
No telling if a lot of stuff ain't happened. Like what would happen? Like, hasn't get it done.
So what got done?
Nothing. That's like that.
I do remember so many trade rumors circling around Randall though at that time though.
So everybody named Mama wanted to trade Randall off the team, man.
Right. No, I was still said keep him. Because I said, you know what? Let's get a point guard. Let's see what he can do with a point guard. Yeah. And then, yeah. So I still held on. I held on because I'm like, nah, Randall. And I also gave him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, yo, you don't know what Fizdale and Steve Mills sold this guy in the pitch, in their free agency pitch. You know what I mean? You don't know what they sold him. They probably told him, like, yo, you're going to be that guy. You're going to have the ball most of the time. You're going to be our guy. You know,
I think that's exactly what they sold him.
Yeah. That ball-headed stooge was just a used car salesman.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Kevin. He probably told him something real. He probably told him real. That's funny. Keith took offense to that. But
I'm sorry.
That's bald on bald. That's bald on bald.
Bald on bald.
Okay. All right. Let me redo that. Let me redo that and take these off. He was a four-eyed, ball-headed used car salesman.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. He probably he knows how to talk very well. So he probably sold it to Randall. Like, look, man, you're gonna be our guy. They missed out. You know what I'm saying? Come on, they missed out on who they wanted. Everybody knows who the Knicks wanted. So, he gave Randall that speech, man. Like, look, you're gonna be that guy. Probably told Payton the same thing. Alfred Payton probably told him the same thing. And yeah, and granted, that's what happened. And I wasn't even mad because I'm like, Randall, it's not even his fault, yo. It's not even his fault. And I would have still loved to have Mook on this team. We need
were you listening to the convo earlier?
Yeah, I was here. I was in the comments.
Mook, man, like the spirit, like Mook was home when he was here, yo. You could see it, you could feel it. Like I feel like he would have, I feel like we could have counted on that performance.
A dude from Philly, they had that New York energy.
Definitely had that energy, and like that team, like I feel like that's an element the team could use now, like now, you know what I'm saying? Throw some attitude in there with that three.
Yeah, like you said we need a guy like that. I agree with you. I said the same thing I said in the comments. I said, yeah, we need a guy or two like that. A guy like that right now would be good. A guy that could do the dirty work. Mook would be good on this team now as the wing.
Now, I would welcome him. Right now,
right now, it'd be good. Right now we're behind on that, but it's all right.
I mean, it's cool. Stuff got to happen for other stuff to happen.
Right.
We don't move. I think we might not get Quigley.
Exactly. I was just about to say quickly. Now we got a point guard with Mook. That would have been so good, yo. And Mook, the thing I liked about Mook that year, not to cut you off. The thing I liked about Mook, he played within the team. Like, he was kind of like he was a glue guy. I like glue guys that just they talk to the team and tell guys like, yo, let's get it together. You know what I mean? They'll set screens, do dirty work if they have to. I just like guys like that.
That do the little extra stuff, man.
Yeah, locker room guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, locker room type guys. Like I like that with Mook. Even though we was bad, he overachieved here, and I like that with him. I like the games that we did when there was some good games.
there was some he put up some damn 3-point performances. Yo.
Right. Some big game against Dallas. Was it both
Yeah, there was
games
a
against
couple
Dallas?
games I'm looking at like, yo, like this dude can't miss. Like this is ridiculous.
Right. Mook can shoot, man. Especially from the corner. But yeah, them Dallas games, those were big games. That season, against Porzingis, those were big games, yo. Mook showed up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have been very interested to see him with this squad.
Right. Oh man, that'd have been something, yo.
Very interested. I wonder if he would gel with Tibbs.
I think he would. Because Tibbs, you know why? Because Tibbs would definitely. Come on, Mook has Tibbs written all over him, man, and vice versa. Come on, that defense and the shooting, he would love it. He would definitely get Mook would probably see as many minutes as Randall if he was here. I think he'd see the same amount of minutes or similar, like maybe a few minutes less, but he would be in there a lot, guarding everybody. That's what, he would lean on him a lot. He probably have him out there with Taj a lot because they're pretty, they're physical, they're rough guys, rugged guys. I know that I could just see them in there together. It is what it is, though. I think we'll get a guy like that soon, I hope. Or even if we don't get a guy like Mook, just a wing, a versatile wing that can guard like 3s and 4s, some 2s.
Right.
This is what I'm talking about. Like this is like, yo, honestly, the back of there's a little piece of me that got a sliver of hope that Knox puts it together mentally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's put it together mentally and like he becomes that wing we need, that small forward that he was built to be.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a beautiful
supposed to be.
There's a sliver of hope in me. Like that's why I feel like this offseason is really big, yo. It's big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Kevin Knox maker. This is probably his last chance to make a break here.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, you're right about that.
The kid got potential though. He has potential. You know what I'm saying? It's just ain't been tapped into yet.
All mental.
All mental, yo.
I'm pretty sure it's been said. It's front office malpractice, man. Fizdale did that cat in, man.
Thank you.
Right.
He did it. I mean, he was actually, it's a couple of things. He was drafted too high. He should have never been drafted too high. And the thing is you can see the difference between our scouts and things now. Because one key thing, the front office, you got to look at it like this. The key is this cat built? Or in the words of Tom and Jerry, is he or is he ain't? Is he is or is he ain't built for this? Because everybody can't step up in them bright lights, man, or the garden. Let's call it like it is, man. Cats fold like chairs, man.
Soulfinger, let me ask you a question. So it was between him and Mikal Bridges. You think Mikal Bridges could have handled the bright lights?
Oh, but of course. But of course. He would have been fine. He's proven it. It's just he needed a chance. And, when his coach is saying that, when Knox coach is saying that he's a project, you have to give him time. Right. He, his own film that he had a low motor. He's had games when he was in college. His one season, he came out too soon as well. He should have done 2 years, man. He should have done at least 2.
Mikal Bridges, go ahead, my fault.
Yeah. He should have done 2 years. But the problem is, man, is Knox has a low motor.
Right. Yep. Mikal Bridges has a motor. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. He defends better, so it's like
now I'm really. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
To Cornerstone, but look at what we drafted this year. The 3 we got. Mm-hmm. Look at the 3 rookies we got. Mm-hmm. Actually, let's go back to even Obi and IQ. Mm-hmm. All 5 of them have one thing in common. They got a motor.
Mm-hmm.
They got a motor. Knox doesn't have that. There's no way that I'm going to be on a team and you're going to start putting a rookie over me, man. Right. Man, I'm flipping tables, throwing chairs.
Right.
Look, everybody, I'm trying to smash on you. I'm going to do any and everything to let you know, Coach, I'm your man. Knox had the opportunity when people were down, and he faded away, man. He was out of there like a fart in the wind, man.
How many times was he beat baseline?
Oh, man.
He was beat baseline a lot. But let me ask you guys this. All right, so we talked about Mikal Bridges. How about the guy from Denver?
I would have snatched him regardless. I would have took that flyer before you can get it out of Michael Porter. I would have gapped. Look,
Yeah, hold on 1 second, guys. Keep talking about it. Hold on one second.
Look, I would have done it. I would have jumped on him. I would have took a page out of Philly's playbook what they did with Embiid. Because, I mean, you can listen to the media and say, oh, well, why would you take him this high with his back or whatever else?
Right.
I mean, it's
Right.
damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, damn it, I will.
Damn it,
I will. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
That cat was a talent, man. That's natural talent. Yeah, his defense isn't the best, but you can work with him on that. But what he could do on the court, come on, man. And it was proven. There's all kinds of film on him that was proven. And what he's doing now. Now, I mean, again, that front office we had was not it.
Was not.
So now we sound like Anthony Hamilton talking about Charlene.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'm just excited about we got another 3 weeks till training camp.
Was it 40 something days or 38? I don't know. I seen it the other day. It was at the time it was 42 days, 41. One of them. I don't know. Because
it's getting close. I will.
It's getting close. I think it's like 39, 38 days left. So that's about. It's about till training camp. I don't know. I guess 3 weeks. Oh no, September 27th is training camp, ain't it?
Yeah. So that's
about 2 weeks from now.
That's about
It's about 2 weeks. 14
about 2
days.
weeks. Yeah. Because today's the 10th, so 2 full weeks in a day.
I gotta see that footage, man. I gotta see them in training camp. I want to see who trying to take somebody's spot, man. I want to see that.
Listen, I can tell you guys this, but I know Freeze and I don't know about Free Keith, probably not. But the guy that I want to see in action, our rookie, Mr. Deuce McBride.
Hey, Cornerstone. Hey, you already know I'm in D Block. You in D Block with me, bro. I like that cat, bro. I love that cat.
I love him. And just to let y'all know, I will be at that game when they play the Boston Celtics. I want to see if I'm praying Tibbs puts him out there against Marcus Smart because they both mirror each other. I want to see that. Cully, I want to see that.
That's his calling card right there.
Yeah, I want to see that so
me too, yeah.
badly.
His twin, yeah.
I want to see that so badly.
That's funny, yo. That is funny.
Yeah.
That's his guy. I ain't gonna lie. I would want to see that because that's definitely his carbon copy. Like that's.
Yeah.
He probably can shoot better, but yeah.
Right. You're talking about McBride can shoot better.
Yeah, he shoot a little better, but
I think he's inside. I think his him taking it to the hole. I think he's better than Marcus Smart. But Marcus Smart,
he might be. He might be. Right.
He has more. His offense is. He has a
little
better
more polished,
offense.
right? He has better.
He has more polished.
Yeah.
But I think I wouldn't compare him to what Smart is now. But when he first came in as a rookie, I think Deuce is better than Smart was. But defensively, Smart is better than Deuce. It's kind of it flip-flop. It flips on those two things.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I can't.
I'll tell you what I would.
But it's not by much.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I would love with Smart. I would love him if he was on this team.
But hey, Cully, get out my head, bro. Get out my head.
Attitude, that he got that. Nick said, you already know where I'm going with that soul finger. You already know where I'm going.
See,
he got that attitude.
Before you came on, Cully, we were talking about you need those kind of guys on your squad.
No, I remember. I was there. Yeah, I was in the chat.
You in the chat? Okay, yeah.
Like we
that's
talking
the kind
about
of guy we need.
Talking about Mook before, right?
Yeah, that's the kind of cat you need. You be like, all right.
You need a guy that's going to start if he got to start a fight, so be it. But he's not going. He's letting you know this team is not backing down. We going to make a run. If we down 10, we about to make a run and tie this thing up.
I'm gonna tell you. Ennis Cantor he used to get they used to grill him, excoriate the man. But I'm gonna tell you, one thing he did. Cause I like Ennis Cantor. It was a walking double. His defense wasn't the greatest, but he was a walking double. He give you effort. But when he stood up for Frank and got up in there and said, "No, you ain't coming up on my rookie." Right then, I was like, "Hey, that's my dog right there."
I respected it, of course. When he got in LeBron's face. Yep.
Yeah. How many times we've seen, like you said, and then you talk about the Tim Hardaway thing. I remember that game, man. I was home by myself watching, and I was in the crib embarrassed. I was embarrassed.
Which game is that? That's that same game?
Well, no, it was when Giannis yelled at him he walked away, but yet you want to jump up, come at Ennis when you miss your defensive assignment. You know, that right now I was embarrassed, man. I was like, bro, for real? For real. You the one, you sit up there, this man here, then I'm gonna use a big Stephen A word, defecated all on you, on your forehead. And you want to come at Ennis because you got blown by. You missed your assignment. It wasn't his fault. But you didn't stand up to the man that did you in. No, man, that's not New York ball.
That's not New York
Knicks
ball. That's what I'm saying. So finger, exactly, yo. Exactly, yo. Enos, I liked Enos because I remember when he first got signed, like he was like, oh, I mean, when we traded for him, when we traded Melo and got him, he was like, yeah, I'm here to bring a change to the culture. He's like, none of those water bottle games, like when he's talking about LeBron, when LeBron was playing, doing the water bottle thing. He's like, none of those games on the sideline. And the Knicks team was actually good until they messed up. For 2 seasons, the Knicks was above 500 in the beginning of the season. And then,
we were moving in the right direction. I'm gonna tell you, you should have never. I mean, all right. So it was just that whole front office. It was the front office, man. Where you go, the front office down to their coaching staff, man. Because there's no way that D Fish should have been the head coach, man.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, first of all, Phil Jackson, but I was in on it. I admit, I'm not gonna sit up and try to fake the phone. I'll let man Phil, the big name. He could probably bring some people in. He knows some folks.
Me too. I was in on
it. And I fell for the shell game, man. I fell for the old cup game, man. He got me on the cup.
You know what it is? I think guys did not want to run that triangle, yo.
That's what it was, man.
They didn't want to have nothing to do with it. And I noticed. I was reading up on something yesterday. Somebody posted on Instagram. They was talking about that team that the Knicks had when they had Derrick Rose, the first time Derrick Rose was here, Joakim Noah, and they was talking about the Knicks was in the right direction. Phil stepped in and said, "Yo, you're not running enough triangle." Then the Knicks went on to lose X amount of games. They just went on to be, they went on to do bad. But the Knicks was competitive right before that. And Phil got on, he stepped on Jeff Hornacek's toes, yo.
Remember before Hornacek was in Phoenix, he actually had a decent little stint. Nothing over, to jump up and down on, but it was decent. Right. You were like, okay, if you give him some tools, maybe he could do a little something. So I was open minded to him coming because I remember what he did in Phoenix.
Right.
But then you start focusing on the triangle, and then what got me was way thrown off. You bring in Derrick Rose to run the triangle. I'm like, what do you that don't sound Derrick Rose running it don't, man, no. Derrick Rose running the triangle right? Is like making a peanut butter sardine and ketchup sandwich, man. It don't go together, man.
It's like making a syrup sandwich.
Man, it don't make sense. Hey man, while you sucking the jive, syrup sandwiches go hard in the paint, bro. Some days.
No, you're right. I was like, you're right. I was saying. But syrup sandwiches do go hard.
Hey, but it just didn't fit, and he was trying to do that. And Phil had 1 foot in, 1 foot, and the other foot back in Missouri, man. I mean, Montana. He didn't want that job. He sabotages, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. Sure did.
Right.
Ain't gonna front. Hey guys, I gotta get out of here. So I'm gonna talk to y'all either over the weekend and do whatever. Who's Cully? Who's your football team?
I don't even have one. I'm not the biggest on football. I always say Giants. Giants.
All right, that's fine. What's up? What about you, Sophie?
Man, Cully don't do football, bro.
Oh
yeah, I'm in the boxing. I'm in the boxing. I'm into a little bit of football.
You missed my boxing story, bro.
I think I heard it when you just told it not long ago. When you was talking about the guy, he looked at you like he wanted to kill you,
bro.
You said the guy got up and looked at you like he wanted to kill you, right?
Yeah.
I think you said something. You said something to him.
The Cowboys suck, bro.
That's right. You sure do.
No, I'm a who that. I'm a who that Cornerstone.
Wait, say again. I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm a who that. Saints.
Okay.
Saints. Okay.
We can still break bread.
I like the Saints. You say we can still break bread.
We can still break bread. If you was a Cowboy, that was going to be a problem.
Oh no, man. No, man. Look, let me tell you something real quick. Shreveport, where I'm from, is 2.5 hours from Dallas. Mm-hmm. That was Cowboy country. Cats running around there talking about we them boys and how about them boys. I got my brother and all them. But let's go. The minute the Saints won a Super Bowl, and we know the Cowboys haven't been relevant since Jesus was a baby, man. I don't even think I don't even think would Laserdisc out when they won. They still their last Super Bowl was on beta, wasn't it?
Right. The Patriots suck, bro.
Yeah.
I hate every team except Chicago, bro. I'm a
So
Chicago
you're
fan,
Chicago
through and
Bears?
through. Yeah, man, through and through, bro. Through and through. And
Yeah.
the reason why is because back when everybody was picking teams, it's twofold. So for one, when we used to play free for all in the street, we used to get a juice container, right? And fill it up with potato chip bags and put a rock in it, and that would be our football.
Oh
And
my
we
God.
would play football free for all in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? In Woodlawn, right on Woodlawn Ave, right? And the other reason why is because every quarterback in the NFL looked exactly the same. 6'4", strong arm, white guy, tanned with long hair, except for Chicago. Chicago had a black quarterback named Vince Evans. You know what I'm saying? I was like, look, Chicago got a black quarterback. And back then, but the way we used to talk back then, he's like, yeah, brother, the Bears got a brother back there. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of appealed to me. So I kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of jumped in and on that bandwagon. Plus Chicago has the greatest running back system of all. I mean, if you want to be a great running back, play for Chicago, right? Because we had the greatest running backs of any other team in the NFL. Period. Nobody even close. Maybe Houston, the Tennessee franchise, because they had Earl Campbell and Derrick Henry looked like he's gonna be something, and they had Chris Johnson. You know what I'm saying? They also had Eddie George, and I think the Cowboys may have had a couple good running backs too.
Yeah, they had their little run with some. I will give them that. And the problem I really had with them is not really more so the team. It's a lot of the fans. Like I said, I got a lot of family members that are you know, Cowboy fans and stuff, man. Die hard, man. Die hard. Right. So of course, when the Saints and the Cowboys play, they want to talk trash. But then when they lose, I call them. They won't answer the phone.
Of course not.
I've had doors slammed in my face. I've been cursed out by my own relatives, man. Right. You know, we even had a bet on I was on the ship, and my homeboy is a Cowboy fan. We had a bet. So if they won, I was gonna have to put on a Dallas Cowgirl cheerleader's outfit and sing "Deep in the Heart of Texas" on the mess deck, high noon.
Oh wow, high noon too.
High noon. If I won, the Saints won, he was gonna have to get up there and sing "When the Saints Go Marching In" and "Hambone" in all Saints gear. So needless to say, the Saints bust their head to the white meat, beat them 42-15. Was it 40? No, 42-13. That's what the score was that year.
Right.
And my man had to go up there, and he got up there, got to get on the mess deck, started to sing, and then just dropped and then ran off the mess deck, man. So he didn't come all the way through. So I still give him, yeah.
Man, come on, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah. I actually got XO on the ship was a big Cowboys fan. We used to be out to sea, and you have on deployment. You know, we have on a Sunday it'd be relaxed. You know, you have Steel Beach picnics and Crazy Hat Day. So I had my Saints hat, and I'm up on the bridge. You know, doing my samples and stuff with the water fountain because I was in charge of that stuff, the water purification and stuff like that as well, being corpsman. XO banned me on the bridge after that game. He didn't want me to ever come up there with my Saints hat, man. It was that serious.
That is serious, bro. That's serious. That is serious. You know what I'm saying? So when you say banned, bro, that don't mean like for a little while. You feel me? That don't mean for a little while. That's a long time.
That was a long. He banned me. He said, "You can never come up here. You banned wear that hat on this bridge while I'm up here." I said, "Well, I just come up when you're not. I'll just come up when you're not. I don't have to come up on this day." You know, we was going at it, but yeah, man. You know, that's my squad. But overall, you know, I'm a who that, but I bleed that blue and orange, man. I bleed that blue and orange. I'm more, and truth be told, right now, everybody's excited about football. I'm more excited about this upcoming basketball season, Freezy.
Yeah.
because the moves we made and stuff, and wait to see how it's gonna shake out, because it looks too promising, way too promising. Now Evergreen to put something on my head, and it's marinating for the way he broke things down.
Right. It's a smart take. It's smart what he said.
Definitely.
Right. I mean, it's very smart what he said. So.
Very, very, very much so.
Yeah, man. Hey, Cully still here?
I think he stepped out.
Oh, Cully dipped. Yo, well, you know what? I'm gonna wrap right here. Hey, you gonna be around tonight?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be around.
So I'm gathering the entire crew. I'm sending back channel word to everybody so we can have a Blorange Tears party tonight. So we want to get everybody. I want to try to get at least 10 people in the video chat tonight. So come on through, man. Come on through. Right. We'll be here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what time it's going to be, though. It's probably going to be about like 10:30. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I'm on the West Coast, so it'll still be early for me. And I got more time than I got money, so it's all good.
Well, hey, me too, brother. Me too. So yeah, we just gonna chop it up, man. We probably throw some live grenades and just cut up, man. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it, man. Probably do some debating or something like that. But that's about it, man. And then we just gonna have a good time tomorrow night though. We're gonna have the all-time draft recap.
Okay.
Because bro, there was some moves made and some things said. Bro, I think I got Jerry West, the logo, in the eighth round of a draft.
That's crazy.
Jerry West.
Well, I was looking at you. You told me a little bit about your squad on there, and I'm like, Freezy, you got head busters.
Right. I don't know how they don't appreciate that roster. But it's not for me to say because it's my opinion. And so what we're gonna do is bring everybody back tomorrow, and then we're gonna have a discussion about it, and then potentially put another all-time draft, schedule another all-time draft so that we can do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, thank you for coming through, bro. I'll see you later on tonight.
All right.
Thank you to everybody that came through in the chat. Thank y'all for your participation, man. We love y'all and the mods. Y'all know y'all the best. Love y'all, man. We'll see y'all later on tonight. Peace.